Hey, Jazz, can you do me a favor since you found the button? If someone else needs help with the note, well, you know what? Just put it out there. Tell people what to click so they can turn off the notifications. Because like I said, it should be set to come off, but for a couple of people, and I think on the phone, I don't think that it always converts over. He said, be professional even when you want to take it to the streets. Yes, that's right. Well, you guys, welcome to Creating and Selling Digital Products. I'm so happy that you can be here with me this evening. We are going to cover a lot of stuff today, but before we get into it, I always love to take a roll call. So y'all let me know where you're from, because I love it that the Kingdom members are all over the planet Earth. And literally, I think everywhere I've been this past year, I always meet somebody, which is crazy. Charlotte, Florida, San Diego, DMV, Dallas, oh my God, the moving fast, Orlando, Florida, Philly, Jacksonville, Maryland, Nigeria, New York, Sunnyvale, Florida, Hampton, Hartford, Kentucky, Charlotte, ATL, Little Rock, my neighbors in the room, Melbourne, Australia, Los Angeles, NYC, Chicago, Memphis, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Canada, Miami, Inglewood, DC, Florida, Austin, Toronto, Apple Valley, New Mexico, Stand Up Padres, hey, okay. Burlingame, am I pronouncing that right? France, South Carolina, Indiana, Raleigh, Rhode Island, Dallas, San Francisco. I also think I saw San Bernardino, Virginia, Colorado, Louisville, Boston, another Philadelphian in the building, Seattle, Conway. You're my neighbor too. Hey, Ricky. Is that Senatoba, Mississippi? Is that what I think I saw? I'm not sure. Richmond, somebody said they're in the sea. Garner, Detroit, North Carolina, LA. Okay, we got people from everywhere in the building. H-Town, can't wait. I think I'm supposed to come to Houston this weekend, for the power lunch. Excited about that. Savannah is gorgeous. I have the prettiest trees. T in Seattle. Got it. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed it. Queens, I think I saw Brooklyn also, and I saw a lot of people from Atlanta. Shout out to everyone in Atlanta. Y'all always show up deep and show me love. There's a lot of them. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. Wasn't trying to skip over the comments, just start rolling relatively quickly. So our task for today, I guess I better turn on the large screen, right? We ought to turn it in for presentation style so we can get our whole life together. Y'all give me a second. My meeting controls are blocking my screen. Can't get to where I'm trying to get to in life. Un momento. There we go. Sorry about that. A little conference notifications were in the way, all in the way. I couldn't get to where I was trying to go. Oh. All right, you guys. So from this point on, the chat screen will be down. We will definitely have Q&A at the end, as always. I just put it down because it's hard for me to teach it up. It covers up a part of my screen, and so I want to be able to see everything, if that's okay with you guys. So we will definitely have a Q&A session at the end. So if you get a question throughout the training, I would encourage you to write down your question so that you don't forget it, and I will be happy to answer it. I normally try and stay and answer every question. Believe it or not, there are some of you guys who have been in here. I think the longest Q&A session we ever had was like 3 hours and 47 minutes or something like that. But I do my best to answer all of the questions if I can, okay? So our task list for tonight. First thing we are going to cover is what is a digital product, because a lot of people they'll merge like digital products and e-commerce stores and drop shipping stores all together. But drop shipping and e-commerce stores, even though the transactions happen in digital space, they're not actual digital products. We will go over high converting digital products. I put together the top ones so that way you guys maybe to kind of help spark something inside of you, maybe some things you never thought of, so you'll know what to do with them and maybe what you want to pursue or create. We're also going to cover how to create a digital product. I'm very excited about this. Not only am I going to go through the outline and the questionnaire, but I actually wanted to show you guys how easy it is to put together something and create high value. The reason I'm excited about that is because I know that it's going to save a lot of you guys money. I know that it also is going to help a lot of you guys decompress and take a lot of stress away from you, because you're going to see this is a lot easier than you thought it ever was, and you're going to immediately know, like, hey, I can do that. I didn't even know that I could, but I can, right? So I'm really excited about that. Then what good is it creating a digital product if you have no one to sell it to, right? Everyone in here is a business owner, as far as I'm concerned, y'all business owners, right? So I'm sure that you want to make sales, and we want to try and make consistent sales. So that is the goal. Daily sales is even better. So we're going to walk through the process of actually selling your digital products. Then we're going to go through how you put it all together. Sometimes people are really good at building the individual pieces, and y'all just, you know, get a little confused sometimes when it's time to kind of connect all the dots. So we're going to talk about connecting the dots. And then lastly, we're going to talk about how we can make some magic together. So if any of you guys are interested in working with me, or if you think you need a little bit of help or whatever, we'll talk about that and how we can get that rolling. All right? So who is Ashley Ann? That's me. I'm the person that's speaking to you right now, okay? First of all, I'm a former struggle bus rider. Is anyone in here on the struggle bus? I'm just wondering. You don't have to be ashamed, okay? You do not have to be ashamed if you ride the struggle bus. I rode the struggle bus for many, 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 many years. January 12th, I believe. I'm about to look at my articles, but I'm sure it's January 12th is going to be my 13th year of business, y'all. And y'all know most businesses don't make it to 3 years, and alarming 85% of businesses now go under within the first 18 months. So it was a blessing to get past 18 months and 3 years and then 5 and then 10, and I was like, whoa. So now I'm really excited about hitting like the 15-year and the 20-year mark. But I have not been profitable all 13 years. The first couple of years I was in business, I actually thought I was going to go under. I had all kinds of bad practices that we had going on. You know, I wasn't as firm with collecting as my clients as I should. I hadn't really created enough revenue streams. We didn't have stuff going on with cycles. My pricing wasn't right. All kinds of stuff. I can go on and on and on. There's a whole situation. But I was not making enough to pay my bills, okay? My business did not make enough money to cover keeping a roof over my head, gas in my car, insurance. I was barely doing enough to make the car note, okay? So I was not riding the struggle bus, honey. I was driving the struggle bus, okay? I was sleeping on the struggle bus, eating on the struggle bus, all of that. So wherever you are right now, whatever your situation is, just know that it can get better. It will get better. At the end of the day, we just need to make a few tweaks, and you're going to get to where you want to go, and none of us have it all together. I definitely didn't have it all together. I'm still a work in progress. So I have the sustainability and the profit part of the business down for sure. I'm not trying to get back on the bus, and I'm hoping I can get a lot of y'all off the bus, okay, and maybe we can all get on a jet together and go to Fiji or something. I'm a hard worker and a country girl. I grew up in a place called Scott, Arkansas. Anyone ever heard of Scott? Don't lie and say you have, because I know you haven't. It's very, very small. I actually grew up with, like, chickens and cows and catfish ponds and horses and all of that. So I'm very handy. People are always thrown off by that because they see me as very glamorous because of the big hair and sparkly shoes and all the eyelashes and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, I'm very country. I'm very handy with a set of tools, but it also gave me an extremely good work ethic. So as far as my jobs, my gigs, y'all, I got a lot. Okay, I'm like a Haitian, honey. I work. I'm not afraid of it. So I'm a #1 best-selling author. I am a small business owner, event design and production company, BEV, first business that I opened, Events by Ashley Ann, still operational. January is what's going to make that 13th year for us there. I told you guys I started consulting almost 9 years ago. That anniversary comes in January as well. I own co-working spaces. I dabble in real estate. I have a bunch of drop shipping stores. I just be out here being up to things. I speak, I train, I have digital products, I run courses and stuff, okay? And I give good hugs. So, whenever you guys see me in person, a lot of you guys can attest to the fact that I give really, really good hugs. I love a hug. This is a really strange fact, but it's true. I've never gone a day that I've been on the planet Earth without having a hug. Literally never. So, because I even hug strangers sometimes. I've never not given a hug or gotten a hug one day that I've been on the planet Earth. Crazy, right? Is anybody else in here a hugger, or is it just me? Am I just the only weirdo hugger person inside of the room? So if you ever see me and you need a hug, I will be happy to provide one on top of helping you build your business. And by the way, if you're wondering about the pretty flowers in the picture, those are mine. God has given me a bunch of talents, but 3 really specific gifts. I have the gifts of beautification, hospitality, and business, and I've been able to use them to make myself a crap load of money and to help a lot of other people make a crap load of money. So the next question I always get, people are always asking me, will their products and services work for them? So just out of curiosity, if y'all want to throw this out here, I would like to know what type of professionals we have in the room today, because I just start off with a list of a few under who I've worked with, but I'm sure that whatever you do, I'll probably work with someone who does what you do. Graphic designer, yes. Personal trainer, a ton of y'all. Life coach, yep, a bunch of y'all too. Intimate wellness products, about 7 or 8 of y'all. Author and educator, yep. Resumes, culinary arts, yep. Detoxologist, absolutely. Financial coaching, heck yeah. Job search, yep. Skincare, business consultant, app creator, yep. Book writing coach, yep. Counselor and therapist, Organic body care products, yep. Virtual call center, realtor, Cincy and treats, absolutely. Accountants and travel agents, yeah. Barber, lawyer, makeup, social worker. I have, Renee, believe it or not, with a lot of the social workers, we work on putting together independent programs for them or nonprofits. So, yeah, restaurateurs, consultants, fitness trainers, custom gift baskets, just a college kid trying to earn some money. I'd have worked with a couple of y'all, too. Florists, rappers. I have worked with a few rappers, believe it or not. Medical coder, child care, natural hair care products, travel agent. Medical coder, I think that's one I haven't worked with yet. I've worked with lots of doctors. I've worked with lots of clinics and hospitals. I've worked with people that work on the collection side for the doctor's offices and the hospitals, but I don't think I've ever worked with a coder specifically, so that could be a challenge. That sounds fun. Advocate, yep. Career coach, Food scientist, I actually have before. Executive education, yes, I have. Crap-free food educator, yes, crap-free food educator. So that is just to name a few. Instagram content creator, definitely. I've worked with you guys, tons of y'all before. Staffing and recruiting agency, yes. I've also worked with mechanics, teachers, dancers, branding agencies, business consultants, gym owners, fitness trainers, MLM, and network marketers. There's a whole variety of you guys that fall into that category. Salon and spa owners, doctors, lawyers. I work with churches. I do work for nonprofits as well. I work with social media influencers, and I also work with aspiring social media influencers and personalities. So if you're a person, I know this sounds silly to people, y'all, but that is a real legitimate profession in the era that we live in, and don't really sneeze at it, because 42% of the jobs that are going to be available in the market in the next 10 years haven't even been invented yet. If you think about it, a decade ago, I mean, was there really a person that did what I do right now? Like, were you really like, oh, this person is a professional live streamer? Because technically that's one of my jobs, right? I've been doing it for 3 years. I'm like a conversion master. I'm a conversion ninja. So, but if you aspire to be an influencer or a personality, I actually help people do that as well. Makeup artists, authors. I do work with adult entertainers, cooks and chefs, people who own retail, like boutiques and things like that, drop shippers, public speakers, people who own cleaning companies, realtors, property managers, and also real estate brokers as well, a lot of financial consultants and coaches, and also people who do credit. So, yeah. So I'm not going to say that I work with everybody, but I've worked with a lot of people. I haven't met anyone yet that, as far as a profession or a career, that I didn't think that I could help them achieve their goals. I'm not going to say never, though, because they say never. So there could be somebody out there that stumps me. But for right now, I'm on a roll. So what are digital products? And the reason I brought up all those different professions and I asked you guys about your professions is because digital products are a really great way to help you guys create revenue stream for yourself. And a lot of times people don't think about digital products as an avenue to be able to build. So digital products are goods or e-goods. They are intangible and they exist in digital form. So therefore, if you have a drop shipping store and you send people shirts or shoes or dresses or mustaches or whatever you're sending them, then technically that is not a digital product. That is e-commerce, right? And that they actually got something that they could touch. So that wouldn't be a digital product. So digital products, they can be visual, they can be audible, but they're not going to be tangible. You can't touch it, okay? So this is crazy. I always check this number every year. It blows my mind every single year. So in 2017, there were $2.3 trillion worth of digital products that were sold. They estimate that by 2021, this number is estimated to double. So that's not even 3 years. This is nuts. About 1.6 billion people purchase digital products around the world, and this is up by 16%. So this is definitely one of those things, if you want to get in now and establish yourself, this is a viable way to be able to build a business or to be able to add to your business. For sure. It's not going anywhere. And the more connected we become, and the more, remember I said there are about 42% of jobs that haven't even been created yet. The more that is working at play, the more demand there's going to be for digital products, okay? So why would you want to create a digital product? Low startup costs is going to be your biggest reason. I meet people all the time who want to be in business or want to start a business, or unfortunately I meet a lot of people, their businesses are in trouble. You know, they're not profitable. Maybe y'all are the way that I used to be on the struggle bus over there. And you're trying to figure out how do you, create more income and revenue for yourself. And if your cash flow is not what it needs to be, where are you going to get the money to buy a ton of inventory, right? The old saying, it takes money to make money, right? So the thing that's cool about digital products is you need more of like kind of sweat equity, more so than fiscal equity, to be able to create a profit. The overhead is really, really low, and we're going to talk about this when we get into how we create the digital products. The management is low, and what I mean by this is pretty much once one of your products is created, you don't have to do a lot to it. Periodically, if there's new information that comes out or things shift drastically, yeah, you're going to want to update it. But once you figure out like where you're hosting it or how you want to set it up in your funnel or what part of the system it is pretty dang easy to manage digital products, which is great because if the management is low and the overhead is low, guess what? That also means your labor costs are going to be low because you don't have to employ a gigantic team or staff in order to create this stream of revenue, okay? something else that's great about them. There's no shipping or warehousing costs. I don't know how many of you guys actually have to pay for storage or if you have to pay for shipping every time you send something out. But guess what? Digital products are delivered digitally. So, whatever your software company or that server is charging you, that's it. So if it's $40 a month, for a terabyte of space, which is going to take you forever and ever and ever to fill up, that technically is your warehousing cost, $40 a month. That's nothing, right? And my favorite thing about them, no geographic boundaries. And what I mean by this is as long as there's an internet connection, and thanks to apps like Skype and Zoom, you don't have to be bound by your geographical location. For years, I only could reach, as far as I could travel. And once I really started utilizing live streaming and replays, like putting them on YouTube and different groups and things like that, I started to build up clients from all over the world. When we started the broadcast, there were people in here from all over the United States and all over the world. So the cool thing about digital products is it doesn't really matter where you are. As long as there's an internet connection, you can fire up and talk to someone, and you can deliver whatever that product or service is that you're trying to get to them. My favorite thing about digital products, cash flow injection. Ow. So I see people all the time, and they're like, I want to start a business, but I don't have any money, or they're out here begging or trying to get people to go to their GoFundMe pages. You would be amazed what you could do with products that are $9.99 and $19.99 and how much money you can raise for yourself. To be able to fund whatever experiments you have, whatever prototypes you need to build, whatever business you want to start. A lot of times we also will use digital products to test if there's a market for a brick and mortar store. So if your online, products are doing well and you go into merchandising and people are purchasing them and lots of people are into it, then that may be a good indication that you could actually create a brick and mortar store, right? Or maybe the next step will go from selling online to maybe creating a pop-up shop or some type of collaboration or something like that. You also can take the money and use it to invest. So if you want to really be smart and be able to grow your money, you start buying assets, right? You go and you get universal insurance policies. You buy you some stocks. You buy you some bonds, right? You invest in other businesses. You purchase real estate. A lot of people have asked me how I've been able to build so many businesses. I take the profits that I make from one business, and I normally will use them to start up my next venture. And when it's time to buy real estate, renovate, design, when we want to give raises to the team, all those sorts of types of things, I'm able to do a lot of this because of my digital products, and you guys will be able to do the same. And my favorite thing when it comes to cash about digital products is you can increase your sales without traffic. How many people in here have issues generating traffic? Some people are really, really good at traffic, okay, and it's a gift when it comes to social media and digital marketing. But let's say you have a pretty consistent base, they have a good know, like, and trust factor with you. For those groups of people, for sure, you can start to offer them digital products. And the reason they are so much more profitable, again, you don't have to deliver anything to anyone. These people are already familiar with you, so even if they're buying a physical product from you, you can add an order bump that may be a digital product that correlates with it or teaches them how to use it or gives them different ideas or things like that. And it's an awesome way that you can increase your revenue, right? People will add those things to their order, but you didn't actually have to build any more traffic, okay? And then finally, I wanted to touch on credibility. How many authors are in here? Do I have any authors in here tonight? Because I know a lot of people talk about writing a book, and a book is great because if you write a book, that it automatically gives you credibility. Hello to all the authors and aspiring authors. Hey, lots of you guys. Hey. A lot of people talk about the credibility, right? They go, oh, you write this book, you're automatically going to be authority. People are going to be begging you, to be on panels and stuff. Y'all know it's a little bit tougher than that, right? It definitely does help. Well, digital products work in the same way. They offer credibility. When someone can see that you have published pieces of work out there or pieces of work or content that people are willing to consume, it's impressive to people, right? And it also helps you build your portfolio and your testimonials way, way quicker than even having a book. So it definitely helps with establishing you as a resource. It is going to give you some product variation, which is really, really important when it comes to selling. People like to consume goods in different ways. Some people want to read their book, right? Some people want to listen to the book. Some people want to be able to write in the book, right? Some people like hardback. Some people like paperback. Think about digital products like that. Giving different options or different ways for people to got a mic on. There we go. It's giving different ways for people to consume your material. If you are a network marketer, now this is for anyone with a digital product, but specifically for people who are network marketers and MLMers. Where are you guys at in the building? Y'all have very serious competition. So a lot of times, you want to be able to offer something that is going to entice a client or a customer to purchase from you versus the next person. A really easy way to do this is with digital products because the overhead is so low. So whatever product or service you sell, you could create an ebook or a step-by-step guide or video tutorials on how best to use them or what to do with them that you could offer to your clients for free. These are the types of things that will make people want to buy from you, stay with you, and re-up and reorder with you. And it's a really easy way to make yourself stand out from other people in the market. And if you really get jiggy with it, you can start creating your own digital products and people will be able to purchase them in tandem with whatever product or service you're selling with that MLM. And lastly, progressive products. And we'll talk about this when we get into the full product spectrum and I start going through lead magnets and tripwires and low-cost products and developing it into courses and classes and programs and all that kind of stuff. But it's a really easy way to create progressive products. Again, the best thing about digital products is that low overhead. So you don't have to carry stacks and stacks of inventory, and you don't have to worry about astronomical shipping costs. So some of the most profitable digital products. First one is video trainings, of course. People love video content. Google has this projection. They think within the next 3.5 years, 85% of all of the content online is going to be in video format. Also, a lot of people don't realize that YouTube is the second most used search engine. People would think that it's Yahoo or Bing behind Google. It is not. It is YouTube. People use YouTube like a library. Think about it. How many of y'all in here, how many of y'all have used YouTube this week to search for something? If you have, just drop an A. Just put a A in the comments. Look at all the A's going. Yeah, me too. All of us do, right? So I want you to think like that. So we know that people like video content, and we know that they respond to video content. If we know that you're using it on a weekly basis, at a minimum, think about how valuable it is for you to create all kinds of video trainings, tutorials, things like that, to be able to help your clients get from point A to point B, okay? People like visuals. They like audio. A lot of people like to learn, by using several different senses. So for sure, there are tons and tons and tons of tacit learners, right? Tacit learners are people that learn by example. They learn by sight. It's not that I just necessarily am going to read something and I automatically understand it. They like having something to look at and something to follow, okay? Second type of profitable product, I know y'all know about this, online courses, honey. They are everywhere, and they seem to be popping up every minute. I don't have anything against online courses. I have made a crap load of money with online courses. I hope you guys make a crap load of money with online courses. I do think that almost everybody in here probably can have an online course about everything. I have clients who do really, really well. And when I say really well, these are clients who have done over $100,000 in sales with their online courses. So we pulled some of the records, and I know everyone knows, of course, you can make a lot of money if you have courses on how to build a business, but also I have clients who are doing well in the following topics. So writing books, so how to write a book, self-publishing, yoga, meditation, cake baking. Cake baking, right? But it's really cool. It's like designer cake baking classes. They're really dope. It's really dope. Yard maintenance, and it's really more of landscaping. But he says it's not landscaping, but landscaping is the best way that I can think of it. But yeah, he has products, he has courses, and he takes people through, like every weekend they have a project, they have a task, they have stuff they have to buy, they have to plan it, they put in pictures and stuff. It's really, really cool. So yeah, playing the drums, vocal lessons, and twerking. Yes, everybody likes to twerk. So those are just a few, but I just wanted, the reason I wanted to highlight them is just simply because there are so many people who think that the only way that you can make money online with a course is if the course is about business, and that's not just true. Now, Samuel L. Jackson is not my client. Now I need to make sure it's clear. I don't want to say his name and people go, oh, she's his coach. No, it's not. But I noticed even Samuel L. Jackson has some online courses now. He's teaching acting and I believe getting booked on Udemy. So if y'all don't think online courses are the wave of the future, you are sadly mistaken. Also, one of the big categories that I missed out, my fitness instructors outside of yoga, cardio, plyo, weight training, they're all doing really, really well with their online courses as well, okay? Third most popular digital product to sell, ebooks and audiobooks, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, and it's really, really super easy to create an ebook. Easier than you would ever know, and you can make ebooks, range anywhere from $1 to $100, depending on the information that's inside. Ebooks do include like guides, workbooks, and things like that as well. Software, any type of software system. An example of a software would be like SamCart. A lot of you guys know that I use that. It's the processing cart that we use to check out ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, Teachable, Kajabi, right? The software I'm using right now to do this webinar training in. Software is a really big money maker when it comes to digital products. So basically just the things that allow you to build your infrastructure, right? Podcasts. This has hit the list for the third year in a row. Now, I will say this with podcasts. I'm not going to say this is true of all of them, but for a lot of them, I have found that you have to have a pretty strong base in order to make money from the podcast, because you need a base of people who are going to find value, right, in getting the replays or being subscribed to your podcast. Which brings me to number 6, our subscription clubs. You can have subscriptions for everything. They can be email subscriptions. They can be private membership groups. They can be Facebook subscriptions. It could be subscriptions about prayer, subscriptions about cars. You could be paying people, to be a part of a community, to learn how the subscriptions about knitting, just whatever. There needs to be some type of commonality, and all of your content is about that thing. That's what is attractive about the subscription scenario. Number 7 is going to be a consultant. So you guys know I obviously do a lot of consulting, and there are tons of other consultants. Some of us are good, some of us are not so good, right? So I'm going to leave it at that. But thanks to Skype and Zoom and all these other cool softwares Doesn't matter where you are and where your client is, as long as you guys can figure out the time differences, you're good to go, okay? Number 8 is going to be social media management and also ads management. This is one of those jobs that wasn't around about 10 years ago, and it's an excellent way to create profitable business. At the end of the day, a lot of people don't understand metrics. They don't understand the terms. They don't understand how to tell if things should be working or not. They're not really sure of the proper budget. They don't halfway know most of the time when I look at their stuff if they are profitable or not with an ad. So if you can create ads and get people to get genuine leads, get their phone to ring, get their email inboxes to blow up, they will keep you around, which is why this has become one of the most profitable digital products. When we get into social media management, lots of people know they need social media. They're just overwhelmed with trying to create a blog, trying to comment, trying to talk to other people, trying to post on their Instagram and their Facebook and their LinkedIn accounts daily, trying to network inside of groups, responding to comments, letting money go, not even talking to who's in the DM, not utilizing their stories. And so it can be overwhelming, especially when you're trying to integrate this into everything else you have going on in your life. So that's why social media managers make a lot of money, and it's an awesome, profitable product. So I would say I should put digital products and services, right, because those two are definitely more services. Music and audio. So musicians make money by actually selling their files. A lot of people with audio, reading ebooks, giving people instructions, and also lots of sound. So if people are doing meditation, lots of sound waves and clips and files and vibrations and things like that do really, really well. Also with music, people making jingles, making custom intro music for people, singing covers, and using their social media platforms as a way to get booked. All very profitable. Number 10, web design and graphics. I think we all know what that is, right? So anyone that's out here designing websites, because the majority of people still believe that they need them, so go for it and do what you do. It's even better, though, if you're going to design landing pages. Anyone designing the actual, the actual product, the actual ebook, like what we're going through today, those sorts of types of things, designing logos, creating stationery, all that kind of sort of stuff, the graphics and the logos for the stationery, monograms, all that, bomb.com. Number 11, which a lot of people don't think about, and there's a huge demand for this. A lot of times people don't know where to start, and they also don't know what to say. So swipe files and templates have become very popular as far as digital products. Anything that people can just copy and drop their information in, it makes them happy. And then if you can tell them how to follow up or what comes next, it makes them even happier, okay? And then number 12 is photography and editing, and I'm sure we all know what this is. So there's always a demand for stock images, and there's also always a demand for your promotional and branding images and material. And then if you are writing a blog, lots of emails, things like that, then editors also come into handy for that. And a lot of people who have like digital print magazines and things like that. So those are the top 12 high converting digital products from the last 3 years. But today I want to focus on the video and tutorial category and ebooks, okay? You can do whatever you want to do, but these are what we're going to focus on today. And very specifically, we want to have a price point of under $97. And the reason we're focusing on this price point is because a lot of times digital products, because the market is so competitive, you want to make sure that the price point is inexpensive. Also, this is going to be a lot of people's first experience with you, so we want them to have a low risk assessment. And hopefully, we're going to develop this into things that have higher price points, right? And also, these are really easy to create, and you don't need any technical skills. Which is another reason I really love focusing on these. And a lot of times when it comes to videos and tutorials, I think a lot of people overthink it, and they think that they have to be really fancy, and they don't have to be, y'all. A lot of times what you're doing day to day, if you just walk someone through how to do it and you spoke while you were doing it, I am doing this now. Then I'm going to do B. We're moving over here. Now turn around to the left. Like if you could just speak to wherever you were doing those things, and turn on the camera, there is your video tutorial. Okay? Of course, as our businesses evolve and we grow, we're going to want to get a little bit fancier, a bit more professional, those sorts of types of things. But keeping the price point under $97 for a lot of your digital products, you're going to find is very beneficial, and you're going to be able to sell a lot of these products and services. I've been able to do, in between $35,000 and $45,000 a month consistently for years now, and that is just from products that have a price point that is under $47. So I'm not even at $97, and I can make that amount of income every single month, and I have a lot of clients that do as well. So what you don't have to do, everybody say, yay, what we don't have to do. You're not going to have to code. You're not going to have to build a website. You're not going to have to spend a lot of money, which I know is exciting for a lot of people. And also what's really exciting for a lot of people is that we don't have to have a lot of followers. How many of you guys think you have to have a ton of followers to be able to make money with digital products? I think that's probably one of the biggest misconceptions that I see, because it's just not true. Y'all know it's all about targeting. This isn't a targeting training, but, we're going to talk a little bit about it, right? Here's what we are going to need, okay? You want a specific interest or a topic or a task that we want to focus in on, okay? You are going to need a PayPal or a Stripe account. Now, I will say this, PayPal and Stripe are not the only processors. There's Authorize.net, there's Bandstrip, there's a ton of them. The PayPal and Stripe probably, I would say, integrate the best and the most often with other softwares and platforms. And also people trust PayPal and Stripe. PayPal and Stripe both have programs that don't have a monthly fee, and you can start using them immediately. So, of course, they're going to have the transaction fee. I believe it's 2.9% for both of them on a basic account, and I think plus 30 cents or something like that. So nothing crazy, but that definitely is there, okay? Then you have Google Drive or Dropbox, because we're going to need somewhere to host our digital products. Now, again, you can have your digital products hosted in whatever you want to host it in, wherever you want to host it at. But if we're looking for low cost or free, because Google Drive is free for a lot of people, even though I have a paid account because I got a lot of stuff. But if you're just starting, don't run out and spend a lot of money. Use what's at your disposal already, okay? Linktree, they have a free, and then they also have a pro account, which is $6. That is so people can click the link in your bio, and they can go to the different options that you have available concerning your digital products and services. So this is why you're able to do this without being able to code. This is why you don't have to build a website in order to make this work for you, okay? Canva or PowerPoint, you need one or the other, because we got to be able to design things and add a high perception of value to them, and aesthetics do matter, okay, to an extent. You want to have an email autoresponder. So this is definitely going to have a cost associated with it. It could be anywhere from $4 to, $4,000 per month. Most of you guys don't have enough emails to hit the $4,000 per month. A lot of email autoresponders will let you use them for free. A lot of times, I know MailChimp is like the first 2,000 users, and it's the first 2,000, and you can still use it for free. But most of you guys are going to pay in between like $19.99 and $29.99 per month for your email autoresponder. Y'all know I love ConvertKit. That is what I use, and I don't plan on changing it anytime soon. And then lastly, you're going to need, a smartphone or a tablet, camera, maybe not. Depends on what the camera is like on your phone, if you can find some good lighting. I think a lot of people get freaked out because they think in order to do this and in order to do it in a professional way that you just need so much equipment and so much heavy-duty stuff, and you just don't, y'all. You can start exactly where you are right now with what you have and start the process of making some money. So because it's not as intense as you think to make a product, a digital product. So first thing first, you want to ask yourself, and if you guys are taking notes, go ahead and write this down. What do I know a lot about? Remember I said we're going to need to pick a specific need, a specific interest or hobby or something like that, a topic, right, an area of interest. You can start the process of trying to figure out what you want it to be by asking yourself this question, what I know a lot about, and just start jotting down your skills. What is it that you do for a profession right now? And this is funny because I was in a workshop once, and I asked this question, and this girl, she was shortchanging herself, and she didn't realize all the value she had, and she was like, well, my profession doesn't count because I work at Wendy's, and I've been working at Wendy's for the past 3 years. And I was like, well, I'm sure if you work at Wendy's, you deal with a lot of people, right? And she was like, yeah. I said, well, you have excellent customer service skills. I said, you also have to work at a fast pace in a high-pressure environment. I said, you also have to be really good at inventory and also projecting, right? Because she was I think you call it, is it a swing manager is what you call it? She had worked her way up to a swing manager by then. So I was like, you also, you have to be able to understand your cycles and your numbers and when people come through, right, so that you're not overcooking or undercooking. And during the lunch rush, people are agitated because they're taking all day. And she was like, I never thought about that, right? So I know it seems like asinine, but whatever your current profession is or your past profession, I guarantee that you have some experience there that you are not that you're not seeing, and you're discounting and you're devaluing yourself. And if you find that you are in this position, you may want to ask some people around you. You may want to ask some people around you, what are you good at? Or maybe even get online and just look up the job descriptions for those professions so you can get a good idea at it, okay? The next thing we want to look for are our gifts and talents, okay? These are normally things that you're blessed with from the Lord, okay? A lot of people who are really gifted and talented, they don't even have to work at some of those things. So what are some things that you can just do? No matter how silly you think it is, write it down. At the end of the day, you are really good at it, but that doesn't mean I'm really good at it because I'm probably not gifted or talented in that area. And the thing that's really kind of strange about your gifts and your talents is sometimes we're so good at them, we take them for granted, and we think everyone else can do it, right? Because it comes naturally to us. It comes naturally to us just like breathing. Like no one had to teach you how to breathe. And there are some things some of us can just do. I didn't realize until I was in my 20s that business was a gift. I didn't realize that everyone didn't have the ability to be able to look at systems or find weak spots and be able to transition them or be able to create products or market and all. I didn't realize that. I had no idea until I was like in my 20s, and I've been doing it my whole life. When I look back at it, I always was like the president or the vice president of something. I always was winning the most in fundraising. When I was a little girl, I used to go to the market and sell with my grandma and stuff. Like I sold Avon, y'all, when I was in high school. Can you think about it? Like I was in high school selling Avon to my teachers. I sold lip gloss to the other cheerleaders and dance team members. And I wasn't in my 20s until I realized that I had a gift for business. But yet I was selling Avon in high school. And I worked at Taco Bell, KFC, and a movie theater. So a lot of times, whatever you're gifted and talented in, y'all, you do it already all the time. So it may be a little hard for you to identify. But if you start to think about things that you just do naturally, you're going to find that you're going to have a little bit more, at your disposal than you thought. And then hobbies. Some of us are really, really good at our hobbies, and we may not have a professional title, but we're an enthusiast, and some of us can do things better than other professional people can do them, right? So I love hobbies on here because whatever you're doing with your digital products, we have to create content that correlates with it. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But so you need to be passionate about it. I always tell people to think about things that you really, really like. Most people like their hobbies. They're doing it without pay, right? So what are things that you would just do just because, right? I always tell people to think of that example. There's an Asian superstar on YouTube, and she eats. And she has so many followers, and she makes ridiculous amounts of money eating. She eats online. She talks about food and how it tastes, and she, takes pictures and videos and how it was delivered and rates the customer service, and she eats. And all these people come and they eat with her, and they love to come and see what she's going to say about the food. So whether you like to eat or do makeup or, train cats to jump through hoops or something, I don't know. But whatever your hobby is, there are some people on the planet Earth that are interested in it, okay? The next question you want to ask yourself, what do people ask me about all the time? Again, this is kind of like your gifts and talents. Sometimes you don't recognize it because it's so frequent. And think about it. Your friends and your family and coworkers and colleagues and church members and stuff, they're asking you about this all the time because they don't know it as well as you do, right? They're coming to you because they trust you. They already see you as a resource. They haven't walked up to you and said, oh, you're a resource, you're an authority, but you are. That's why people are always asking you about it. So what things are people literally always asking you about or to help them with or that you can do? This is another really great way to figure out how you can easily create your digital products, all right? And then the last thing we want to do is we want to start creating some variety. Variations are always good. They're always necessary. As I said earlier, people really like to consume products and services in different mixes and in different types of ways, okay? So how many different ways can you deliver that content? And what I mean by how many different ways, like literally just start writing it down. Like you can make Instagram posts. You can make a blog about it. You can make a YouTube video. You can go live about it. Maybe you can conduct a webinar or a workshop. Maybe you can make a video tutorial where you give a step 1, a step 2, a step 3. Maybe you're a really, really gifted writer, and so you want to write an ebook about it, or you want to make a worksheet or something that people can go through step by step. Start to think about all the different ways we can create a variation. And some of you guys may be super service-oriented, and you may say, I can consult with someone, and I can give them the general outline, and then they can come back to me, and I can give them my advice or pointers or what they need to fix or update or do next, right? That's what consultants do. So whatever it is, think about all the different ways that you could do that thing, okay? Think about all the different ways you can do that thing. That is going to lead you to your first digital products and things that are going to be really easy for you to do because you already have that base there, okay? So once we thought about that, especially in the variation category, we're going to go into what I call full spectrum products, okay? So full spectrum is thinking about a product in a progressive sense. So most people think a product, they just think of like that one thing, right? Oh, I want to make a course, or I'm going to make a video tutorial, or I want to make an ebook, right? But if we start thinking about our hobbies or our talents or our gifts, and we pick that topic and we pick that interest, and then we start the variation, we can create a whole spectrum because you always have to meet new people. And people have to develop credibility and that know, like, and trust factor with you. And so the easiest way for them to do that is to experience one of your products or services for the free $99, which is going to be your lead magnet, okay? That's how people can gauge if you really know what you're talking about, if they really were able to be assisted in some way, if your product or your service or your trial gave them what they were looking for, all those sorts of types of things. So the lead magnet is going to be the first thing. Then we're going to think about a related product. So I normally ask people, what's the next problem, hurdle, or frequently asked question that comes after people finish phase 1? Would be the fundamentals, right? Or maybe you do an overview. What's the next thing people ask you? That should be your tripwire, right? What's the next hurdle, the next problem? We're going to create a tripwire, which is going to be a super low-cost product. It's going to range anywhere from $1. Typically, tripwires can be $1 to $97. It depends on what industry you're in, but for most of us, $97 is not going to be a tripwire. Our tripwires are going to be anywhere from like $1 to $15 for most of us inside of this room, or maybe $1 to $27 at most, okay? So now that we have figured out what we can offer there, you're going to ask yourself again, what's the next frequently asked question or the next step, right? Or what's another related product? So maybe the next step would be to have a consultation service with you, or maybe it's to get an ebook or checklist. Maybe it's the how-to video tutorial on steps 3 through 6. I'm not sure whatever it is for your product, but I want you to think about that, and that's going to be your product or service that's going to have a low-cost price point. So those are going to range anywhere from $27 to that $97 price range, okay? So I have an example here. If you guys want to write it down, go for it. And it's just kind of like a little thought thread to help you work through it. So my example is a free checklist, okay? So I'm going to give you a free checklist on how to dye your shoes. I don't know why you want to dye your shoes, but whatever. It's the first thing that popped in my head. So people are going to put in their name and their email, and they're going to get my free checklist, and it's going to tell me all of the supplies that I need to dye my shoes, right? Then I'm going to offer them an ebook in the form of a step-by-step guide for $9.99, right? So they're going to put in their name and email to get their free checklist. It's going to auto-fire off to them or auto-download, and then I'm going to say, hey, now that you got the checklist on how to dye your shoes, would you like this ebook that takes you step-by-step through the process of dyeing the shoes and reusing the dye? I don't know why someone would want to reuse the dye, but whatever. Maybe that's something that they want, right? Then they say, yes, I want that. So then I may offer an upsell or order bump when they go to their sales page. I may say, even more than the checklist, I have a video tutorial. And inside of the video tutorial, I show you how to dye shoes, shirts, pants, and blankets. I'm going to show you how to dye 4 different things. Do you want this video tutorial for $19.99? And they're going to say, yeah, I'll take it. Or some people say, no, I'll just stick, my little step-by-step ebook, right? So that's what I mean by a full product spectrum and taking someone through a progressive series of products. And you may not do them all. You may not do it as an order bump. You may turn around and do the upsell in an email later because you know that they're interested in DIY projects and specifically dyeing things. Also, keep in mind, you can sell digital products directly. It always doesn't have to be in the form of a funnel. Like if you go live, if your audience already knows you for some type of content or information or personality trait, you literally can just pop up one day and say, hey, go click the link in my bio and buy this ebook, buy my video tutorial, buy this, buy that, right? So you definitely can sell your digital products directly, but I'll be honest with you guys, typically if you're doing direct sales of your digital products like that, and we don't have a posting cycle and you haven't really built up a lot with that audience, is going to be a bit of a challenge. Most of the time when you're selling products directly, they are going to people who already know you, like you, and trust you, and they're going to feel comfortable enough to go ahead and purchase those from you, okay? So, now, next thing that we want to go back to our questions, okay? We're still making this product. So you're going to ask yourself, have you ever written anything before, okay? I'm talking about anything because we're going to use these old pieces of content and we're going to be able to turn these into some of your products. So do you have an old presentation? Are there any articles? Have you taken notes about it? Have you typed up a Word document? Did you write in your journal? Is there anything that you've written? And if you haven't, then you definitely for sure, can write some new things. And then outside of anything ever written, something I need to add in there because it's not written. I should have put written or recorded. If you've been going live or if you've been making YouTube videos for a while, you guys, you can take those and bundle those up and turn them into digital products. I do it all the time. I told y'all earlier, video is on the list of one of the top selling digital products. People love video. So if you have old videos or maybe you recorded yourself while you were doing something, or your before and after, or you wanted to chronicle your steps or something, that absolutely, positively can be used, okay? So if we're gonna create a video training, then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create an outline. And so what I mean by outline, you need to write down what the overall goal is. What is it that people should accomplish in their video? Then we want to write down, literally on a piece of paper, you're going to write down your steps. You know, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, all the way until you get to the ending result that you're trying to get to. There's your outline, okay? And now you can go through and you can elaborate and you can show people or you can tell them whatever it is, all right? Next, you're going to turn on your phone or your tablet. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can turn on your phone and tablet and you can go through and talk and record this and, you know, go back and edit it and bada boom, bada bang, you have a video training. Or you can turn on your Facebook or Instagram or Periscope account and you can go live and you can download a copy of that live training and be able to use it. Or you can do something like what I'm doing today, host a webinar about it and make sure you record your webinar, okay? So there are all kinds of different ways that you can get these video trainings. Some of you are really sophisticated when it comes to video and editing and sound quality and things like that. So some of you guys actually have some high-level equipment at home or you have access to it. And if you want to do that and set up your light and all of that stuff, go for it. I'm not mad at you. But I'm definitely a person who had to progress, you know, into that, hiring the cameraman and catching the different angles and, you know, the different, like, scroll bars and all those other sorts of types of things. But I'll be honest, you guys, just getting a ring light and clipping it to the top of your phone or buying you a camera, maybe like a Logitech C922 or something like that, it's only a couple $100. It has a pretty good light. If you really want to try and kick up your lighting, get you a couple newer ring lights from Amazon. They run in between $50 and $85 a light with the stand. But I'm telling you, you don't have to have all of that. I knew in my condo where I used to be at, I had really good lighting during the day, especially in between 12:30 and 4:30 in the afternoon. So I would open up all the blinds and windows. I didn't even have a stand. I propped my phone up on boxes. I made sure my pillows on my couch were really straight and everything looked good in the background. And I would perch myself on the end of the sofa and I would turn on my tablet or my phone and I would record. I recorded so many video modules that way for different courses and trainings and classes. And it looked great. And then I would go through after and I would edit. I would edit off when I had to hit play and when I had to hit stop or if I had a stumble. And that was it. So I'm telling you guys, you don't have to have, you know, a full camera crew. I don't want y'all to be intimidated and think that you have to have all of this stuff to be successful with your digital products, especially if you're thinking about video. You don't have to. You literally can turn on your iPhone or your Samsung and make it happen, okay? Now, if you guys decide you want to make an ebook, the best ebook that I have, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say the best. The ebooks that I've seen that sell the best have been ebooks that are like step-by-step guides, workbooks, even if it's like self-help or something like that. And so when you're writing an ebook, your goal is to help people organize their thoughts, okay? So we are writing down the questions. Remember I told you to make that outline? If you wrote down like how we get from A to B and all of the steps, okay, now what questions does it take? Or what do people need to assess? Or what do they need to be cognizant of? You want to make those types of notes. And then we want to give people that outline with their step-by-step. So go through step 1, and then you want to elaborate it and give them areas where they can write some of their thoughts and some of their images. So just a question, just want to check in with you guys. Someone said they're writing workbooks, and so when it comes to a video training or ebook, just going through that outline or that thought process of putting it together, how many of y'all feel like y'all can do that? Because that's not really complex at all, is it? Picking up a pen and a piece of paper, write down an outline, and then elaborate on the steps, right? How many of you guys, when you think about it like that, feel like you really can create the content that you would need for a video training or for an ebook. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people saying you can do it. Yes. Somebody said I will do it. Yes, I like that. All right. So what I wanted to show you guys right now, give me a second, because I want to pull up. Let's see, I should have my Canva account up. There we go. And so what I want to do right now is I want to work on creating, like a digital product, okay? And there's a couple different ways that we can do this. So if you guys don't know this, Canva has a free account option. How many people in here have heard of Canva before? If you've heard of Canva, give me the number 1. If you've never heard of Canva, give me the number 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay, I got a mix. So I love it. And you don't have to use Canva. You can use PowerPoint or something like that. But Canva is free. It's totally free. I have a paid account because I have some other stuff that I used to do in there. There's another one that's called Over that you guys can use as well. And so the cool thing about Canva is they have all these different posts that you can create. So I can go into create a design, and I can follow like any of these types of templates, and it's going to get the sizing right. So y'all see a blog graphic. That may be something we want to create. Presentation. The presentation that I'm giving you guys today, I built it here inside of Canva. If you're doing something for Tumblr, right, a magazine cover, letterhead, almost anything, A4 documents, wide form presentation. It just goes on and on. Book covers, CD covers, blog banners, photo collages, posters, business cards, right? Tons and tons and tons of different things that you can use. So I selected presentations. And so then the next thing we can do is we are going to go, I'm going to pick this one because it's pretty. It's right there. It's opening up and it's showing me the different slides. So let's say I want to create my lead magnet in here, or maybe even one of my workbooks, a step-by-step guide or something, right? Not going to be difficult for me to create it at all. If I want it to be on the long form, I can go and change the size of the slides. Or if I'm doing this as like a PDF to be saved page by page, I may leave it like this, right? Not too hard. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click, and you can put these in whatever order we want them to be. So I'm just going to make this, what's my Word document that I had pulled up for you guys? Okay, I pulled up 2. This is the plan for the 1K 1 day follower edition, the marketing plan. It looks way different by the time y'all saw it, but I just want y'all to see this is what it looks like in raw format. So remember how I told you to make the outline? I literally went through step 1, step 2, what people need to be looking for. And then I got to step 3 and I elaborated, what this means and how you use it and all those sorts of types of things. And we got it put together there. So I'm gonna go to 1K 1 day. Let's see, 1K 1 day. And it was follower edition. And I just want to show y'all how easy this is to do, okay? And put follower edition down here. And then at the top, put how to gain 1,000 followers in a day. And then I don't really care too much for like dusty rose or pink colors and stuff like that. And I like pink, but don't get me wrong. So let's say I want this to be something that I feel like is a little bit more gender neutral. So I'm going to click the little square on the filter, and I want to change the color of it. And I'm going to just float around until I find the color on the color wheel that I like. And I don't have to stick with anything. I mean, I can go back and change it as often as I like. I want to go into a gray. And then I know it's like, oh, now it's hard to read my font, right? I'm going to go and change it up pick a lighter gray. And then on this 1K one day, maybe I don't want it to be this teal looking colored background. Maybe I want to brighten it up a little bit. So I'm going to say I'm going to make it all the way white. And then on this 1K one day, I'm just showing y'all how easy it is to change stuff, okay? Just don't make it a basic black. Just for the sake of time, because I can get a little crazy with the editing and getting things to look the way I want it to look. But this is pretty easy right now, right? So I'm putting in my title, and then I'm going to go over here to upload, because I can upload any image that I want to upload. And right now where it says Canva, now I can use this image, but Canva's going to charge me, I think it's $1 for every one of their images I use. I don't want to pay $1 for Canva's images, so I'm going to put my own image in there, okay? I just stuck this Cash Kingdom Elite image in there right there. It doesn't matter. But have some type of image. And what if I wanted to use this, but see I don't like the Cash Kingdom Elite is there? I can crop this image. So I'm going to go to my own image, and I want to crop it down so that it fits better with what I'm doing, okay? Uh-oh. Move it out. I'm going to move it up. Okay. Oh, I moved it on top. Okay, I moved it up too far. There we go. There's my 1K one day follower edition. And then I'm going to add a page, and I'm going to go back over to layout. That's where it has this that we've chosen. So I like this. I like the image on the side. I like that it has some information. So I'm like, this is going to be a great place for people to write out their thoughts. Step 1 on my guide is what product or service are you focused on? So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to paste it. I'm going to paste it right here. So now I'm just taking some of my old content or the ideas that I typed out, and I'm creating a highly valuable plan, okay? So there's my step 1, product or service. I should say what product or service. What product or service are you focused on? And I don't need any of this stuff. But I like these little numbers, so I think I want to keep those. So let me move my little, I moved the number. I need to move the whole, move the whole thing. There we go. So let's see, let's copy this. I'll move that right there. Either, you will copy that a little later. And put one more little circle in there, so I'm going to copy it. If I want to put numbers in, and I'm kind of happy without them, but let's say we want to put the numbers in. I got to get this spacing right, y'all. Hold up. There we go. If you see the little lines show up, so it shows that they're zoned and that they're being spaced properly. I got the number 1. Let's say I want to make sure the font stays the same. So I just copy this down. I'm going to make this say 2. And a lot of you guys should be getting really excited because this is going to save you a lot of money now. And you're going to be able to format this stuff all on your own, okay? And then we want to put in a blank, and we want them to be able to list it out. We get this line stretched out. There we go. Now, I don't want to have to make all those lines again, so I'm just going to copy it. going to keep on copying it and putting it in the right place down the page. There's one for every blank. And we're going to copy it in. So there are my blanks to fill in. I'm going to put in step 1. And then I want to guess like where the line is and put it to the edge. And I want to center this. I'm going to go up to a little paragraph on the top, and I'm going to hit center. I'm going to put 1,000 followers in 1 day on the top. I'm going to center that up. And then let's say I don't like this font. So I'm going to go over here and say, I really don't like that one. I really don't like that one. It doesn't matter what I like. This is just for example purposes. But I like that. There. So there's my new font. And then I'm going to go over here and drop another image in, whatever image I want to use. So there is that portion. And then remember, I was like, I'm not really into the pink. I'm going to make that white in the back. And then instead of teal, we're going to change it to gray. I'm going to make sure I get my font changed to a nice bright white. So there's my first page, right? And then I can add another page. And that's going to be where I'll be able to, either I can do, or let's say I want to do all of my steps this way. Maybe I don't want to create a whole new page. I want to duplicate it, and instead now I want to be able to go into step 2. And then I just want to change my picture. So we're going to take the event photo is right there. And then what's my step 2 say? I'm going to document step 2. Who is your target audience for this product or service? And we'll go in and copy step 2. And I'm going to write them down. And in step 2, I had some stuff actually listed. So what do we have? Age range, gender, location, educational, professional categories. I'm going to go back and I'm going to start filling this in. And we're going to age range. And I'm going to get my lines formatted right. And then so on and so on. I'm just going to work my way down my document so that it looks good, right? Because all of a sudden, now this looks like something that's really worth having, and this looks like something that's really worth paying for compared to if I just gave you like the Word document that you saw before. The information is just as valuable, but because the packaging is different on this, all of a sudden, it is a lot more valuable and a lot more desirable, and somebody will be like, wow, this is really helpful, and this is a really great document that I received. So I've taken this to something that I could trade it as a lead magnet for free, or I actually have the opportunity, I could stick a price tag on this actual document as I finish creating it, okay? So does everyone see how this works? Everyone see how this works? And if you're wondering where you get images from, a lot of my images, I've taken them myself, but you can get images from Unsplash, Pexels, freeimages.com, Overstock, all those sorts of types of things. Like that, you actually could even take pictures of grass, your dog, any of those other sorts of things. Yeah, Pixabay is really, really good for images too. So anyway, you guys, but does everybody see how this is coming together? So I want you to look. This is just the first. It's not even the completed page. But here's my 1K one-day follower edition, right? The plan that I'm going to give you to get to these 1,000 followers. And then beyond that, being there, right? Then I get into my step 1, my step 2. People can print it off, right? And it can be super cute. Now, if you saw this, would you rather have this document here that I'm creating, or would you rather have my Word document that's here? Which one would you rather have? Would you rather have this here, or would you rather have the Canva doc? And if I ask you, let's just say I said, hey, can you pay $27 for this plan that walks you through step-by-step how you can get 1,000 followers in a day, and if you paid $27, would you feel like the Canva document that I'm working on is worth it? Be honest, still give me a number 1. Or would you feel if you opened it up and you saw this Word document that looks like Exhibit A here, would you be excited about that? Be honest. Tell the truth now. Tell the truth. Somebody said the word, you be upset. Yeah. Somebody said, now you know we choosing Canva. Yes, Vivian. Nikki said you'd be excited for both. Nikki, you just sweet. You just somebody that knows me. But honestly, so I just want you guys to see this, that there are lots of tools that are at your disposal that are really free. And y'all see it didn't take us too long at all to create the first few pages of this document, right? So take the outline, right? Write down your initial outline, write down the thoughts, provide the space, as we talked about. So when we were here and I was going through the steps I told you, right? I said write it down, provide the space, get it popping. And all of a sudden, then all we got to do is go and format it so we can add value, because the presentation and the packaging does matter. So it's a lot easier to create digital products than you think. How many of y'all in here can see how easy this is for you to be able to create your first workbook or guide, or maybe even some type of tutorial or ebook using this method, right? You can write it down with pen and paper. You can type it up in a Word document, whatever it is that you want to do. But just go through, ask those questions like I told you, create your outline, and then all of a sudden you'll be able to put it together. You said now you see clearly. Awesome. Look at all the needs and yeah. So I told you guys it's a lot less intense than you think it is. So now that we've created our digital product, we have to work on pricing this thing, okay? When we get into pricing, we are we're going to start to think about what our pricing is. Our total cost divided by your sales goals plus profit. That's how much you should charge it for. So the first part, if we take our total cost, which is going to be our overhead for this, and divide it by our sales goal, that's going to be the minimum you can sell that at to break even, okay? So some people operate on profit that way. They say, I'm just going to charge this what it costs me to make it, and if I sell 15 of those, I've covered my costs, and every document I sell over 15 is 100% profit, okay? And some people build in profit into every single one. So you're going to do your total cost divided by your sales goal, and then you're going to add your profit margin to it. So I would like to make $5 or $10 or $4 or whatever. So I have a little example here. And so I wanted to come up with some realistic costs that you guys would have for your digital product. So cost of storage. If you guys are using Google Drive, which let me show y'all Google Drive and Linktree before we keep going. Give me 1 second, because I know some of you guys have never seen it before. I just thought about that. So here's one of my Google Drive accounts. This is where we put a lot of our products at. We used to use Dropbox and stuff for a long time ago, and BMO, I've tried all kinds of stuff, for all kinds of stuff. The good old Dropbox gets it to work for me. I have some stuff that's hosted on Kajabi and Teachable and stuff like that, but I just don't mind having it here on Dropbox and my clients don't. So it's really easy. A lot of y'all already have Google Drive accounts and you don't know it. When you're inside of your email inbox, there's this little grid of squares, okay? Little grid of 9 squares is going to be on the right side of your screen. Look inside of your email inbox if you have Gmail. Guarantee it's there. You want to click it, and you see all these different options. There's Account, Gmail, Drive, which is what I'm in right now, Docs, Sheets, Slides, Forms, Calendar, all that kind of stuff. You want to click on Google Drive, okay? For your first few digital products, you aren't going to have to purchase anything because Google Drive gives everyone allocated space for free, okay? This account I have is paid because obviously y'all can see I got a lot of stuff going on inside of here, but if we're starting and our money is funny, this is a really viable system that you can use. It hardly crashes, and the cool thing about Google Drive is they have an app you can put on your phone, okay? So let's say you want to make a new product. You're going to hit New. I'm going to hit Folder. I'm going to put Test Product just for the sake of this example, and I'm going to hit Create. There's where it says Test Product. I am going to right-click on this, then I'm going to hit Get Shareable Link. It says Link Sharing Off. I'm going to switch that over to On, and then I'm going to go to Sharing Settings because I got to make sure that people can view it and download it. I'm going to hit Advanced, and I'm going to hit Change, and I'm going to say anyone with this link can view it, okay? They don't have to sign in, and I'm going to save it. See this link that's right here? This is the link that I put inside of my email. So I hit Copy, and whenever I want to send an email to somebody to say, go and get your product, I paste it in the email. Go here to get your product. If I want to upload something inside of this test product folder, I go inside of the folder, I hit New, I click File Upload. We'll put this picture in here. And I upload my picture, my video, my digital products, whatever it is I want to. So now whenever someone clicks that, they have access to it. So if you've been wondering how you're going to distribute or how you're going to deliver your product, this is a really great way for you to do it. How many people's minds are blocked right now? I told y'all it's very, very possible for you to get out here and make a living for yourself. It really is, okay? So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go to Linktree, which is www.linktr.ee. Okay, that's how you get to Linktree, www.linktr.ee. Now, if you're more advanced, you're going to want to build your own tree, which is what I've done. So anytime you guys go to bit.ly/King Ashley Ann, that's basically my own version of a Linktree, okay? It's really easy. They have login or they have sign up for free. If you click sign up for free, it's going to link to, I'm logged into Instagram, so it says, hi, King Ashley Ann, Linktree is requesting to do the following. And I can hit authorize, and bada boom, bada bang, I will have a Linktree account. It literally is that easy. If you build your own tree, you can do it on your home page, or you can do it, this one is built in Lead Pages. Here's my Linktree, okay? There's my tree. So I just wanted to show you guys those before we got into the pricing. That way you can see how easy it is and how accessible and how many tools you really have already around you at your disposal. It's just a matter of you guys not being aware of them because no one's ever told you or presented it in that way. So anyway, so pricing. You're going to use the total cost divided by your sales goal, and then we're going to add our profit margin. That's how much our digital products should cost, okay? So I wanted to give you guys a real-life example of what kind of cost you would be looking at, okay? So in my example, my storage cost is $0 because I'm using one of the free Google Drive accounts right now, okay? The cost of my autoresponder email service is $29 a month. The cost of my Linktree, I wanted to get the pro one because I wanted to be able to get the numbers and the statistics, so it's $6. My cost of my graphics or my creation is $0 because we built it in Canva. We just did that, right? The cost of my payment processor card, let's say I don't want to use the free Stripe or the free PayPal account. Maybe you have PayPal Business. It gives you a couple of other features. It lets you, be able to build checkouts on your page and stuff like that. So let's say you decide you want to pay for that instead of using the free PayPal option, okay? So it's $30 a month. So altogether, we have $65 in cost. $30 plus $6 plus $29 is $65. Let's say my goal is to sell 10 of these. I want to sell 10 of my guides, or 10 of my marketing plans, or 10 of my workbooks, or whatever. Maybe you're doing a combo of a video and an ebook together, right? A bundle. I want to sell 10 of whatever it is I'm making. $65 divided by 10 is $6.50. So that means I have to charge a minimum of $6.50 to break even on this. Let's say I decide I would like to make $10 of profit every time I sell one of these. Well, $6.50 plus $10 gives you $16.50. Now, this is the thing with sales. Everything is about psychology. $16.50 doesn't really resonate as a deal to people, but $16.97 or $17 does, okay? Even $16.99 will resonate as a deal because people quickly assess that's the number under 17, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and round my price up to $17, and that's what I'm going to price my little document, right? That's how I'm going to do it. For you guys who are creating digital products, especially for Tripwire and our low-cost products, if we want to sell a lot of them, the sweet spot is in between $7 and $47. So it can be $7.99, $9.99, $19.99, $29.99, $29.97, $34.95, whatever. In between $7 and $47, people don't feel that the risk assessment is too high. A lot of people feel like it's not going to hurt them too bad to spend that much on something, and so they're willing to invest in that way, okay? Not to say that you can't sell digital products for more than that. You absolutely can, but for this particular strategy, we're focused, on targeted traffic, and so quality is what's going to kick into place, okay? So how does the customer get the product? I just showed you guys Linktree, and I showed you Google Drive. So basically create a link tree. You can create one or you can build your own tree. Then you want to create a landing page. If you have ConvertKit, you'll be able to do that so they can put in their name and their email, and it'll send off a little trigger to say, hey, somebody join your list, right? And then we email them the link to our Google Drive. So like that. You can go old school and you can write. You can go old school and you can actually write a email. You make a PayPal button, and every time you see a sale in PayPal, you can manually send an email. I don't recommend that, but, do what you got to do. Do whatever you're comfortable with right now. Also, you can make a PayPal button, and if you created a landing page inside of ConvertKit, the type of page you need to make is called an opt-in page, and on the opt-in page, it's called an incentive email, and you can have the incentive to be an instant download. And what happens is you need to create that page and copy the URL. When you go to PayPal and make your button, if you go down to the third option, to the third section, there's a little button in there that you can click, and it says redirect customers to this page after they pay. That's where you would want to paste that incentive page. So every time someone bought your product from PayPal, your digital product, it would redirect them to that page. They will put in their name and their email, and the product will automatically download to your customer, okay? So there are lots of different ways you can string this together. Or we can create a PayPal account, and then you can sign up for Gumroad, which is still one of my all-time favorite cart processors because it's really inexpensive. It's only $10 a month, and you can house a crap load of digital content there, and they make sure that the customer gets it, including the follow-up emails, okay? So here's the system. You put your product in, here are different options, and these are not the only ways, but these are easy things to do that you don't have to code or do anything cumbersome. Put your product in Google Drive, create a Linktree button, right? You're going to create your landing page and a tag. Write out an email with another offer for additional products in there. Paste the link to the Google Drive in the folder inside of the email. okay? Another option, create your Linktree button, create a PayPal product, link the PayPal button to your Linktree, and then just tell people, hey, click the link in my bio and buy this. And after they buy, they will go to the incentive page and they can automatically download it. And then again, the third option, create a product in Gumroad and attach, create your product in Gumroad. Gumroad is going to give you a URL for that specific product. Add it to your Linktree, okay? So it's not as difficult as you guys think to get people to get your actual product to someone. So now that we have figured out what our product is and we built it and we know how we're going to deliver it to customers, we got to start getting some customers. We got to start selling some stuff. So this is how we sell. We research, promote, and give content in that order. Research, promote, give content. So when we're researching, thanks to social media, it's really easy to find communities and groups of people who have very similar interests, okay? So we are looking for our customers' hobbies. We're looking for television shows they like to watch. We're looking for what type of food pages they like to follow, right, and what they like to eat. We are looking for what they like to drink. Do they like beer? Do they like wine? Are they into sodas? Do they like spritzers? Do they follow a bunch of smoothie pages? Whatever. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. A lot of times when you're promoting a product and service, the page you put it on doesn't have to be related to that product or service. You just need to make sure that you're getting in front of your target audience. So the more that you know about them, the easier it is for you to get in front of them. We're looking at social media pages that they follow, and then if they're community members, so like, do they weight train? Are they joggers? Are they naturals? Are they a part of a dad club? Are they meditation mamas? What is it that they're into, right? The communities they're involved in. Any social media influencer that they follow, you normally will do really well with influencer ads. Language, when we're on the pages, we're looking to see what type of phrases and terminology and words and verbiage that they use, so that way when you write your ads and when you write your content, you can do a good job of communicating with your audience. We're looking at images. What do they look like? I need to find other images of people that look like the people I'm serving. We're looking for the colors that they respond to. When you're looking at the hobby pages, the show pages, the influencer pages, the drink and the food pages and stuff like that, look to see, you'll notice some posts have way more likes than other posts. Look at the colors, look at the tones, look at the saturations, look at what the caption says. Look at all of that, because you want to try and mimic that type of content on your own page, especially if you're trying to give a call to action and tell someone to click the link in your bio and buy something, or click the link in your bio and sign up for something, okay? If there's any type of issue that they care about or a trending topic, and you want to give in commentary, that's a really easy way to create relatability and to get people into rocking with you. And then finally, consistency. You have to be consistent. Like, you cannot put up one post and then not post anything else for 5 or 6 days. Every day, every day, every day. You've got to be posting on whatever platform you are trying to sell on, okay? So if you're in a group, you need to be active in that group every day. If you're posting on Instagram, you need every day. If you're tweeting, you need to be tweeting several times a day, right? Be consistently there wherever you are. Now, once we've researched and we've started creating our content and it looks right and we're using the right language, we got to promote. We got to let people know that we exist. So every day we got to try to meet somebody new. At least 2 to 3 times a week you should be trying to run an ad somewhere, right? So we want to use hashtags. We want to cross-promote as well. Cross-promoting is whenever you advertise on all of your accounts, what it is that you have going on, or that they can follow you here or there or whatever's going on. Google ads and YouTube ads are really, really cool. You'd be surprised on what you can do with $10 a day on those. And, again, you can track Google ads, finding out what food pages, what websites people go to. Putting that in, for me, has been way more effective than keywords as far as getting me customers, okay? Collaborations, reaching out to other business owners, people who have complementary products and services, all of those sorts of types of things, and asking, can you guys do maybe shout-outs together or product placement, do tutorials with each other's things, stuff like that. Groups, those Facebook and LinkedIn groups are money because it's easy for you to establish yourself as a resource and be there so that people can ask questions and you can answer them. Interviews. A lot of the influencers, y'all would be surprised, they're really open to interviews. So if you ever wanted to interview one of them through like Facebook Live or Instagram Live and ask them more about their brand and what they do and their messaging and things like that, they're really receptive with coming on and talking to your audience. And so the cool thing about an interview is you're able to promote to your audience that that person is coming, but you also can make graphics for them to promote to their audience that they're going to be interviewed by them. And a lot of times they're really flattered and excited to be able to put that information out there that they're being featured somewhere. Email, of course, sending out emails and letting people know I have this product or service available. Influencer ads, we've been talking about that on Periscope and Facebook and Instagram for the past all week, actually, all last week. But basically just going out to those social media influencers, hey, do you run ads? Do you do shout-outs on your page? Okay, what's the fee? And putting yourself and your stuff out there. Facebook ads, going into Ads Manager. Again, y'all know the rule, $5 a day, 3 days, max, run that ad, see what happens. Commenting in a lot of communities helps. It helps the ROI. Big time, using your stories on Facebook and Instagram, and it's really important that you add hashtags in some of the stories. It will get you all kinds of new followers that will come over and join your lead magnets and buy your tripwires. It's crazy. And then, of course, good old writing of blogs and blogs for sure. Then we have to have the content, right? Because now I got people knowing that I exist. They're coming to my pages. They're following me. They've signed up on my email list. They're opening up and they're reading. How do I actually sell to them? This comes through the content. So if you live stream, you always want to give content that's correlated with whatever product. So if I'm selling my book on how to dye my shoes, then I'm probably going to maybe do a broadcast on what types of shoes you are easy to dye or something, or how to get a shoe prepped for dyeing. And then I'm going to say, at the end of the broadcast, I'm going to say, if you guys are interested in dyeing your shoes, go click the link in my bio and buy my shoe dye kit or buy my ebooks or my step-by-step tutorial on dyeing shoes, right? Testimonials, because nothing is better than word of mouth. And so anytime someone can see that you've helped someone do something or someone is happy with your product or service, especially if you can add the person, it helps you make more sales because of the know, like, and trust factor. Using your stories and literally just telling people this product is on sale. Click the link in my bio. Did you know that I had this freebie here? Go and register. Go and grab it. Any type of helpful tip you can put on your timeline or that you can type out and it answers a question for somebody always is going to be a winner because it's establishing you as a resource. And then, again, you can tell them if they want to know more or if they want to get all of the tips or all of the details, check out whatever that product is, okay? I think we already touched on relatable content a lot. Case studies are dope because, case studies work really, really well in email and in blog format because people can follow along, they can read up on the data, they can compare, and they can use it to make an educated decision of if they want to purchase your product or your service, okay? Q&A sessions. There is no easier way to establish yourself as a resource and basically to just let people know that you know what you're talking about so they can come on over, okay, and purchase something from you. And what I like to do in my Q&A sessions, I will answer people's questions. And at the end, I will always tell them what product or service I have that correlates with whatever that problem is or whatever that question is that they have. And I make a lot of sales that way. So when you do Q&A sessions, you can do them specifically around one product or service, or you can just do a Q&A service about the topic or a field or interest in general. And every time someone asks you a question, if you have a product that relates to it, you direct them to that product or service. Demos, tutorials always work great, just showing people how to do things. And then if this helps you or if you like this information, click the link in my bio and buy XYZ. Stats and random facts that are related or correlated with your product or service, putting up the fact or the stat and then telling people to click the link in the bio and purchase because it's related. And then anytime you can show before and afters or transformations, you can tell what before and afters. I normally, instead of telling people to go buy the product, I normally really like to use it as an opportunity to ask people to DM me if they have questions or DM me if they're interested in it. Is how I normally work with that. So let's put all of this stuff together, okay? So here are your steps. So step one, you want to create your digital product, decide, whatever it's going to be. Number two, we're going to figure out how we want to deliver the product. So whether you want to use Google Drive or Gumroad or Dropbox or however, if you want to be old school and manually email it to everyone that buys it, however you want to get that product to the customers, that's going to be your decision. If you want to make a incentive page with ConvertKit and have it as an auto download, whatever you want to do. Number three, you want to place the product online. This is done by putting the product in your link tree, right? So there needs to be a button so people can see, I can go and buy this product. Same for the lead magnet and the low-cost product, okay? Number four, we want to start posting content consistently every day so that we're establishing ourselves and we're letting people know that I have a product or service for sale. Number five, we want to start promoting on other people's pages at least 2 times a week, okay? So 2 times a week, you should be collaborating with somebody or interviewing with somebody, running an influencer ad, doing some type of live. At least 2 times a week you should be getting out there. You should be collaborating something, okay? Anything that's in that promotion category, at least twice a week you have to. I really would prefer for you guys to have something going on every day of the week, but I'm a realistic person, and we know that's not possible. But if you do 2 times a week, normally you're going to be profitable, okay? Number 6, move your lead magnet daily. So this is where a lot of people fail because you would be surprised. Your tripwire sales will add up, and a lot of people will purchase your order bump because, again, your lead magnet is people's first encounter with your product. The tripwire is going to be their second experience, and if these are positive, people are not going to have issues purchasing things from you in the future. So every single day, you have to tell people to click the link in your bio and sign up for your lead magnet, okay? And number 7, you create more content at least 2 times a week. You ask for direct sales, and then you do it all again, okay? Those are your 7 steps. So did you guys learn anything today? If you learned something today, let me know. Did you learn anything today in this training? Yay! Has this been helpful to you so far? Because we got a little bit more to go. We got a little bit more to go, not too much. But has this been helpful to you so far? If this has been helpful, give me the letter B. Yay, look at all those B's that are going. All right. Were any of you guys able to gain any insight? If you were able to gain some insight, maybe if you saw where you were like missing some steps or, that it's a little easier to create some of the things that you thought that you were trying to create, let me know. Awesome. Does anyone have any particular takeaways so far that you've come away with? Is there anything that is just stood out? You said the whole Google thing blew you away. Oh. That makes me super happy. Super duper happy. Super duper duper happy. Can you guys still hear me? If you can still hear me, give me the number 1. Number one, if you can still hear me. Okay. Good. Stressing me out a little bit. Can everyone still see the screen? If you can still see the screen, give me the number 2. Can we all still see the screen? It's blanked out on me. Okay, good job. So what I want to know, is this easier than you guys thought? Is it easier than you thought or not really? It's just as hard as you imagined it would be. If you think you can do this, give me the number 1. Give me the number 1 if you think that this is something that you can do. If you know that this is something that you can do, give me the number 1. Okay, y'all, the Q&A session has started. So the little lady, she will tell you when to hop in. I see some of y'all popping in right now. So we will just go by one. I cannot see my comment box right now. So if you have a question, jump into the queue. She will tell you how. I'm going to start with the first person I see. Hello.
Hi, Ashley. I have a question for those that pre-ordered your recording. How does that go for your ones that did the pre-order?
If you pre-ordered the recording and you decide that you want to pop into, the bundle or into the program, once you purchase, all you do is email us at customer service with your receipt, and we refund it. I know some people do it as like 2 separate purchases. They're like, oh, well, no, I'm not really about that life. So if you pre-ordered and you decide that you want to go to maybe like 21-day product, or you think you want to work with me during the 60-day program to build out your own courses and your products and price them and be able to get people enrolled and all of that, then definitely you just hop into whatever you want to hop into, and then you send us a receipt and say, hey, I'm in this now, but I pre-ordered, and we'll get you a refund.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then let me show y'all this page just in case on the Six Figure Sunday so y'all can see it over here. Got so much going on. I got to get my life together. There we go. All right. Let's see. Who's next?
Hey, Ashley, this is Tanya.
Hey, Tanya, how you doing?
I'm good. I just have a quick question. What was number 7 on the putting it together?
Number 7 is literally just making, number 7 is literally just doing it again. Create your more content, try and make sure you're promoting at least twice a week, and then kind of like a repeat. That's all it is with anything, with any business. You figure out what model works for you, and once you get something that works, you just keep on scaling it, right? Over time, we may say, oh, I want to integrate this or something like that, but yeah. That's it. Just do it again.
Okay, thank you. That's all I had, and I appreciate it.
No problem. Who's up next?
Hi, this is Tam. Good evening.
Good evening, Pam. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. This was rather lovely. My question is, how appropriate or effective is the use of digital product creation for marketing for business-to-business applications?
It's very effective because a lot of times whenever you're working B2B, they have larger budgets, so they're a bit more selective in who they're choosing to carry out their different services with, or who they're outsourcing or contracting with. So in my experience when I'm doing B2B, anytime I can create any type of digital product that is going to save them time or money, they are all about it. So if you can showcase them how it's saving time or money or creating some type of efficiency, they're going to be with you. And lead magnets are a really great way to to establish yourself as a resource. So a lot of times I'll do my pitch, and then after I may say, you know, I've created this product, or I have this program, I have it here for you guys, you know, complimentary. You can come and check it out. And don't forget that you can use trials as lead magnets as well. So for a lot of companies, when I would do B2B, as far as when I was trying to pick up new social media management clients, and this was the day I didn't have like a name for myself like I do now, I would literally, like, I would work for people for 21 days for free, 21 to 30 days. I would work for them completely for free because I already knew what I was going to be able to do in that time span. And, you know, I was able to get their phone to ring, and for them to get so many emails and calls, no one ever wanted to let me go. So that's something that you can do as well when it comes to digital products. And then there are a lot of digital services that you can offer to other business owners as well, especially if you're in the area of marketing, finance, bookkeeping, anything dealing with like virtual assistant. Like I say, anything with efficiency when it comes to time or finances, you're going to be winning.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. One other thing, too, that works really, really well with the digital products with the companies, courses, believe it or not. So a lot of, like, training seminars, courses, things like that, that they can distribute throughout the company or use as modules to continue to bring people through, because that's a good utilization of their funds, and they see it as an investment at that point in time.
That kind of leads me to one more question. Can I ask?
Sure.
Okay. Do you have maybe other seminars on how to actually get the purchase? Because I'm getting the traffic, I'm getting the views, but I'm not necessarily getting the buy-in. So that's something that I kind of want to learn more about.
A lot of that comes from sales traffic, and then also this program, like what we'll be covering in Six Figure Sunday. There's a large proponent of that is focused on sales. Actually being able to convert someone, getting a lead, knowing what to say and what to do when you're on the phone, and how to close your contract.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's next on the line? Hello, hello. Go in once, go in twice, 3 times. Hello, hello.
Hello, Ashley. I have a quick question. Do you use Samcart in lieu of Google Docs, or is it about the same?
I'll be honest, I probably use Google Docs more, and I'll tell you why. So Samcart has this feature that I really, really hate. I thought I would like it at first, but I don't. It drives me nuts. When people download their product, if they click the link once, or if they don't open it within like 48 hours, it expires. This is a problem, especially with digital products, because a lot of people buy things and they like to wait until next week or 3 or 4 days, or let's say you purchased it on your mobile phone, but you want to be able to open it on your desktop or your laptop, right? So this is a problem with us with customer service and delivery, and like we would always be able to get them the product, but I was just really bothered by the fact that it was this much anxiety for my customers. So that's when I really started using Google Drive a lot, and I would just build in, because in Samcart, you know, you can add a tag, right? And it can say if someone purchases, add them to this list. So I basically just started doing that in Samcart, and I always set a backup email to go out now, and it takes people directly to the Google Drive folder where they can get, you know, the PDF, the ebook, the print off, the videos, whatever it is that I have for them. Unless it's a course that I have loaded in Kajabi, because I use Kajabi for like a lot of my mini courses, a lot of my mentorship programs, you know, just stuff that needs to be housed long term in Drip. I use Kajabi for that, but yeah, for sure.
Okay, thank you, because Samcart is a little pricey, so that definitely helps the Google Drive for now.
Oh, yeah, Google, I still use it in conjunction with it, but I'm telling you, girl, which I'm glad you asked that. That was my whole purpose of this. When it gets to digital products, there are a lot of alternatives that are out there for you guys. You just need to know about it and then how you actually put it together. So that's I'm always interested in people's takeaways, because a lot of people always tell me, like, that's the biggest thing for them, like realizing how they can use ConvertKit and Google Drive together to be able to deliver their product and not incur any additional costs.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Y'all don't forget you can go to bit.ly/King Ashley N, bit.ly/King Ashley N, bit.ly, not b.ly, bit.ly/King Ashley N. Click the link in the bio, that big yellow one that says Six Figure Sunday. It'll take you to this page, okay, and you can pop into any of the programs. You guys have 21 hours, 45 minutes, and 24 seconds left to do that, FYI, if you care. Hello, who's next? Hello? Go in once, go in twice.
Are you there?
Oh, I moved too fast, so sorry. Pop back in the queue, hon. Hello, who's next? I see Shawana for the name. Go in once, go in twice, 3 times. Hello, who is there?
Hi, I clicked the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. How are you?
I'm fine. I was late to the class, so I hope I can get some of this stuff.
What's your question?
Oh, I don't have one because I missed the seminar. I was working on another project, so I'm just here to listen. I apologize.
No problem. Well, soak it all in.
Okay, I will.
Hello.
Hello, hi Ashley. This is Evie in California.
Hi, Evie.
Hi. I'm struggling with the free 99 portion of this. I've already started working on my ebook on how to transition to non-toxic skincare, and I'm just not sure what to offer as a lead magnet, and then transition into the actual product itself.
Oh, I have ideas for you, but I don't want to give you anything right now before I ask you a few questions, because it's really important that you learn how to do this.
Okay.
Because if you don't know how to do it, you're going to run into this issue every time you get a product idea, okay? The first thing first is your lead magnet should be something that people find a high value in, okay? So what are the reasons that someone would want to transition into non-toxic skincare?
Because, well, what we have on the market, one, harms your skin in ways that you don't know, and two, the formulas are always changing, so there's no consistency, and you can't heal your skin or heal whatever condition you have.
You're going from a professional standpoint. You have to think like your customer. If I am a customer, why would I care about having non-toxic skincare? What is it that's going to urge me to come towards you? Am I having rashes? Am I having weird reactions?
Yes.
Am I noticing
reaction? You have acne. You have eczema or psoriasis. You have a skin condition that just won't go away.
Okay. Now, whenever we create products for people, right, we're going in a progression. So
Correct.
Before they can get there, to hear from the professional standpoint, as far as non-toxic and why we need to change, they have some type of skin condition that's chronic at this point, right?
Correct.
So in our lead magnet, everything's progressive. What is a common question or a symptom that someone is having before they say, let me treat this, let me get some relief? What's the desire? I just said it.
To have clear skin, so they have pimples, inflammation, dry skin, placement.
You're still being too technical. You got to think like a customer. If I'm a consumer, I'm not thinking like that. I want clear skin. I want relief from my chronic skin disorder. So maybe your lead magnet should be something around like at-home remedies or something like that, maybe like at-home remedies for chronic skin conditions, or maybe you could do specific call to action. So like at-home remedies for eczema, maybe rosacea and acne or something like that. Those would be good lead magnets for your actual ebook.
Brilliant.
So you have to, everything is about the desire of the customer and the client, right? And everything is about where they at in that cycle. So where you always have to think about where people are before they get to this level of consciousness. And so what happens is a lot of times on the professional side or as the product creator, because we understand the process so well, we almost think that our customers and clients understand the process like that, and they don't. They just know whatever my issue is, and I know where I want to be. You are the person that helps them get from A to B, right? It's kind of like you're the train that's getting them to where they got to go. So we always have to think about things like that and phrasing it in that way. So that's the reason I asked you that series of questions, because you're going to have like that line of thought every single time you create a product if we're trying to build an audience, right? And so if that's what we're doing, then all of your content too, well, not all of it, but a lot of the content that you're creating is going to need to revolve around those issues too, because if it comes to non-toxic skincare, we want people to think about you as an authority. That's the overall.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. If any of you guys were helped out by that, that's what I do all day inside of the 60-day program. So if you want to come into Six Figure Sunday, definitely would help you guys with that as far as building out not only your digital products and your lead magnets, but also progressing and coming up with actual courses and products beyond that you'll be able to use to create more revenue and capital for yourself. So go to bit.ly/King Ashley Ann to sign up for all of that. And that was a really great question, by the way. And if you can't come into the 60-day program, then go into the 21-day mini course. It'll help. It's not a help with that. Turn down your volume. Beautiful. Hello.
Oh, that's my phone. Can you get what, baby? One ice cream, just one.
Okay. What's your question?
I don't care. Y'all have another one in your little bacon butt.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm so excited. Okay. My question is, and you answered it about the Google Docs with the previous question, but then lead pages, also has an option for you to upload a document. Do you recommend using lead magnets or lead pages? I keep saying it.
No, absolutely use lead pages. You know, I love me some lead pages. Like 92% of my things are hosted on lead pages. I'm about that lead pages life, okay? All day, every day. I just, in this particular training, wanted to highlight a good way for people to start being able to sell their digital products and create digital products and delivery systems. If you needed to reduce your overhead, or, you know, maybe if it's a new venture for you, you're not sure you want to invest like that quite yet. Absolutely, positively. You know, I love me some pages. That's where most of my stuff is. The bit.ly/King Ashley Ann page is built on lead pages. The Six Figure Sunday page that you guys can see is built on lead pages. So I love me some lead pages. So I'm never going to, tell anyone to stray away from that. But I just wanted people to know that it was possible to create productive and profitable systems, through using things that have very little overhead when it comes to a digital product, and that you don't have to have any coding or technical experience to be able to do it, just to be honest, because there wasn't anything. Would y'all agree with that I showed today that just required a huge amount of code or tech or anything like that?
Yes, I agree. I just know that I'm on the trial right now, and they have the option where you can upload your file that you want to send, and I was completely oblivious to Google until tonight, so I definitely appreciate that. And so I was thinking I would use lead pages, but now I'm like, I can use Google Drive as well, so that's it.
It just depends on what you want to do, but lead pages definitely works for sure. And they have some newer updates with the Pro account with Lead Pages, and they actually will allow you to like integrate with the payment processor now there too.
Thank you so much. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. You're so welcome. Hello, hello.
Hello, Ms. King, Ashley Ian. First of all, thank you very much. I really appreciate you spreading knowledge. You know, no one likes the girl who always says she doesn't remember where she got her dress from. So, but I wanted to ask you a question, more of your opinion. I've been told I'm starting a drop shipping Shopify store, and now it seems like the new way is just to have like a ConvertKit store. I don't know the right terminology, but basically you just have these offers and you can do an upsell and then they check out and go instead of having an actual online website store. And I just kind of wanted your opinion about that.
Okay, so this is my opinion. I do think that things are changing to the Convert store like you're talking about, just because people are just figuring out more and more, even with your drop shipping stores. You know, a lot of times there's only 1 to 3 products inside of that store that are making all the money. They're kind of like a big hit, which is what they don't tell a lot of people once you get into these stores. Even if you have an online boutique, right, there's always something that's like a bestseller or something like that. And so basically what people are doing is they're finding whatever the bestseller is, or the 1 to 3 items that are in high demand, or maybe once a month, you know, this is our featured item and they're really pushing it. So it's almost like the same concept, you know, almost like with a Linktree, right? Click here to get this instead of hosting a whole entire store. I think that is the wave of the future. But I think for right now, most of your customers and consumers, because they're comfortable with Shopify stores, you know, and doing their online retailing in that manner, I would say probably stick with that and then work on integrating customers into that newer system. So what I may do if I were you, maybe like if you have clearance items, or, you know, if there's like a super sale, or if you want to try like a product of the week or a product of the month, I may do it through that second format that you talked about. So that way customers can get used to having that type of experience with you. So eventually when you want to transition over, it won't be like an overhaul or a shock. You'll be able to like gradually take people through the process. Think about it like when large companies change their business model, or not even the business model. Let's just talk about the logo. You remember? I don't know if you remember, but like when I was in high school, Walmart was a smiley face, right? Mm-hmm. They have worked from that smiley face into like the little star, I guess, or the little spark. Or I'm not really sure what they call that little
sunburst or something like that.
And then they started moving it piece by piece. And Walmart also used to be blue and gray, and now Walmart are brown and green because they want to appear that they're more environmentally friendly and organic because it's important to people. They transitioned though, right? They did the smiley face, then they turned into like a smiley face inside of a sun, then they changed the rays, then they dropped the smiley face out and it was just a dot with the rays, right? And then they dropped the dot and you just had the spark. So you have to, so it's the same thing with your customers, because you don't want to isolate the current customer base that you have. So you just kind of take them little by little, and it's a slow progression, but you guys get there.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Hello, hello.
Hi, Miss Ashley. This is Tara in Memphis, Tennessee.
Hey.
I have a question about Linktree. I am having some difficulty linking the correct website, or I guess when they click on my Linktree, where they're supposed to go. I'm trying to get that straight. On my website, yeah.
They click on your link, you're taking them to your opt-in page to get your lead magnet. And then if you have a push to a direct product, then you're going to take them to the product page. So you can make the Linktree button. It should be a combination of free products stacked with paid products.
Okay, because right now they're just going straight to the website.
I personally wouldn't have. I would probably have one Linktree button that says visit my website, and outside of that, take people to specific things. So whatever my lead magnet is and whatever product I want to focus on, and if I'm having a sale, I would have a Linktree button just for that.
Okay, so I can have multiple Linktree buttons.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Just trying to make sure I did it correctly.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. By the way, you guys can go to bit.ly/King Ashley Ann, bit.ly/King Ashley Ann, bit.ly/King Ashley Ann. That is the second link in, no, it's the only link in my bio on Facebook and Instagram. What am I talking about? The second link. I'm having a live stream, having a live stream breakdown. Anyways, y'all go over and check out everything. And if you're interested in grabbing a replay of this, or if you want to grab the bundle for tonight, you definitely can do that as well. Okay. Who is next? Who is next? Who am I talking? Who am I talking to next? Sorry, y'all. I'm tickling myself with my situation, with my confusion. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Hello, Ashley.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's Gina, Regina Hughes. I'm so glad to be on here tonight, and so glad to speak with you. I really appreciate everything that you do. My question was, on the $97 down, and I think you said $97 a week. I think, is that how they go? 97 down, 97 a week?
Yes.
Okay, and I have one other question. Now, the PayPal option, how does that work?
Are you talking about when you apply for PayPal credit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you click the little button. It'll take you over to PayPal. Normally be on the right-hand side, and it'll say apply for PayPal credit. And it's just like what you offer, like the best example I could tell you is like a store credit card or something like that. They'll get information. They tell you within a few minutes, and if you get it, like you're in, like just like that. PayPal sends the coins over to me, and then you have 6 months to pay it with 0 interest. I think they do 12 interest for some people as well to pay for whatever the products are that they're purchasing on PayPal credit. But yeah, that's it.
That's it. Okay, well, great. Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in Arkansas. I'm not sure when you're coming. I know you're coming soon, though.
Yeah, I'll be. I'm actually here right now. I got back like late last night, and then Thursday I speak in Bryant at the Business Education Summit that they have. But somebody told me it was sold out. I had a few people that told me they tried to get tickets and it was sold out, which I was surprised. I was like, okay. I didn't know because they're putting it. I'm just being directed, and they're actually putting it on. So anyway, yeah, and then after that I go to Houston this weekend. So I get around.
Oh, wow. Well, I didn't get that information on that because I think when I was on the last Periscope with you, you said you was going to announce it. I didn't hear it. Maybe I missed it. So I guess if it's sold out, I won't make it.
Yeah, well, I don't know for sure. I haven't checked to see that it's sold out. It's just what a couple of people told me, but who knows? They could have been pushing the wrong button too. I have no idea. Like I have to check.
How do I check to find out? Where do I go?
On my Instagram page, there's a flyer, and there's a website on that flyer, and they have $20 seats and $40 seats, and I think 20 is you pick is like a half day, and 40 is like the full day with all of the breakout sessions.
Okay. I'll go on your Instagram page then. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Hello, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, wonderful. It's Janine in New York, and I just want to say I thought it was an amazing presentation. It was super helpful.
Thank you.
The one question I had was you mentioned a lot of great sites and, sort of resources for building things. Is there anywhere that you would have a whole list of those? Because I know you talk about not only Canva, but a lot of the other things just as a resource for people.
I don't have a problem putting a little list inside of the folder where this replay goes. So I don't think that'll be an issue. I just have to make a note to myself to remember to do it.
Okay.
A lot of times when I put together presentations, I know, like what I want to cover, and I forget that the information is sometimes like new to other people, and so the people are always interested by that with my notes that I like literally just I'm just girl, I'm just talking, I'm just going.
No, of course, you've done it a lot of times. It was really, I was really impressed, and I have one other just very quick follow-up with it. In terms of creating, I was looking at your Linktree page. When you create these the lead pages on them, is that part of Linktree, or where do the lead pages come from?
No, Lead Pages is its own separate software.
Okay.
It's leadpages.net, and Lead Pages is literally it's a software, and all they do is make landing pages. That's all they do.
Okay.
I have hundreds of pages loading at one time. So is my screen still on, y'all? Is it still on?
I don't think so.
It's not on? Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Turn my screen on. I couldn't remember if I had it on or not. Y'all give me a second. Let me put my little password in here. Because what I want to do is pop in here. Hopefully I don't pop out. Look, y'all, if I pop out, y'all call back in, okay? I'm really serious. If I pop out, call back in and we'll get the rest of these questions answered. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it shouldn't kick us out. Okay. Let me turn the screen share back on. And y'all give me a second. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize that it was off until just now. Okay, I'm going to turn it back on, and you guys should be able to see. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I can.
Yes. So this is what I want to show you inside of Lead Pages, because it's a lot. So, okay, so this is a lead page that's made, right? This is a form of a landing page. The reason I created this over my own Linktree, I do think Linktree is an excellent resource. I think it's a great place to start, if we're trying to watch our pennies and dimes. But eventually, I feel like you have to expand in your business. I really believe really believe that if you want to invest in yourself, other people won't. But everything is also a process, right? So it's like you don't have to write out and get it. But so this Six-Figure Sunday page that's here, this is doing pages too. That whole entire thing is a Lead Pages page.
Okay.
And then if we go from there, because they'll just keep on going, girl. So content appearances, we don't go for a second because it's expired. But let's see, if we go into, I just have a ton of them. This Power Lunch for Houston, that's a lead page. The LA page, it's a lead page.
Lead page, okay.
I have tons of them. Digital branding, 101 bundle, that probably goes to a SAM cart. Let's see, a welcome sales and email template. This looks like a product. Let's see, hold on. I know that there's another one up here in the top, but I mean, when I say, okay, so free auto-responding email template, that's another lead page. So there are tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of pages that I build with lead pages. So I love it. You know what I mean? ConvertKit, they have pages and they're good pages, but I'm not going to lie to y'all and tell you that they're my favorite. But when you're starting out, you definitely are going to look professional, if you're using those types of pages, and you will be able to get the job done. And no one's going to go, oh, my God, and it's just one of those things as you progress. And you start to build your business a little bit more, then you'll say, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and upgrade upgrade to this product or to this service or whatever it is that you're looking to do.
Okay.
So it's just something you have to jump into right now, but I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that I don't love lead pages, because I do love them.
Thanks so much. That's super helpful.
You're very, very welcome. Uh-oh. Hello, hello.
Hi, this is Malika.
Hey, Malika.
Hey. I have kind of something off topic. I am transitioning, because I'm service-based, and I'm transitioning from in-person service to offering virtual products. And so I signed up with a calendar, an Acuity calendar, to add to my website so people can book. And what I'm trying to debate on, I don't know if you have any insight on it, in that program it allows you to do like an email responder within the calendar, and I'm just trying to debate if I should use their like email funnel or keep what I have through my MailChimp and ConvertKit versus starting a whole another third type of email responder inside of a calendar. Does that make sense?
Yes. So the email autoresponder in the calendar doesn't fire off exactly like that, because I have one that's inside of my Acuity scheduling, and I still have my ConvertKit. What I use my email autoresponder for is whenever people register for appointments on my calendar, it sends them the auto fire to say, hey, your appointment is scheduled, and it also sends them their reminders, normally like 48 hours before and the day of, with the conference call, the login number, anything like that. I also use it to send a follow-up after I have like power sessions or laser sessions to ask people how was the appointment, what can we improve on. I want to find out how long people have been in business, all those sorts of types of things. So to get information and keep my clients up to date and create, reminders and things like that, I use the calendar, email software that's inside of it, but I definitely wouldn't go and build a whole new list around that.
Okay. That makes perfect sense. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all don't forget, go to bit.ly/King Ashley Ann. Check out where you can get the replay, the bundle, or come into the 60-day program. Hello, hello.
Hi. Hello, Ashley.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. What's your question?
So, would you say that creating templates are better lead magnets, or just giving information?
I'm not going to say it's necessarily a better lead magnet, because that depends on your audience. Because depending on what it is that you do or you don't do, people may not find the value in a template. So, like, for instance, like, let's say you want to open up a course on meditation, and you want to create meditation digital products, and you also want to sell, like, maybe oils and incense and crystals and stuff like that too, right? A template is really not going to benefit you. But let's say you are a financial advisor, and you want to pick up new clients, and maybe you have, like, a budget template, and you have also maybe like an email template or forms to like query like insurance people or agents or something like that. They may find that template useful, right? Or maybe you help people find employment, and so people want to know from you how to follow up with someone after an interview or something like that. They may find a template really, really helpful, versus the person who is selling stones and meditation stuff. A template wouldn't necessarily be good for them, but maybe like an audio file or a 15-minute meditation guide may be more helpful to their audience. Does that make sense? So I can't say it's like better. It just depends on what you're doing.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Hello, hello.
Hi, hello. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you doing?
Oh, okay, great. I'm doing great. This is Catherine from Peoria, Illinois, and I wanted to know, since I'm just starting out, what do you suggest about how many products should we make? Like if I wanted to repurpose a live that I did and I want to turn it into like an ebook and then maybe even like a journal and then I also have a book as well. So do you think as I'm starting out, should I focus only on a couple things or what do you suggest?
I always suggest at least 3. I think that's the magic number, 3 lead magnets and 3 forms of products. Because a lot of times your product, it could be another course or a class. Your product could be, like you said, the workshop. You may decide to make a guide, and then maybe another one of your products is working with clients in small group or, actually like one-on-one services or consulting or something like that.
Okay.
I always
yeah, because I'm also an editor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3. Yeah, because I'm also an editor, so a lot of people ask me editing questions. So I wanted to create an offer for that as well to consult with me for my editing services.
Absolutely. You don't have to start off with a whole slew. I think when people, like when you come to courses and stuff like that, especially with people like me, we have so many products, right? But you have to remember, like, I've been doing it for a long time. And so for me, even though I crank out a lot of content, my goal for myself is like, and it's kind of like a lazy man's goal, but whatever. You got to do what works for you. But I normally do like 2 new products a month. And if I don't have time, then normally I'll make like a broadcast bundle because people really love those. So if I did a specific series and I know people found high value in that series, I will just bundle the videos together and put them in a folder, and I'll say, hey, if you want to get all 5 parts of this series, here they are for $19.97, or $27 or whatever, $47, depending on what I'm doing inside of there. If it's a series and let's say it's really complex with like a lot of math and numbers where I'm teaching like budgets and breakdown and marketing and systems and CPF and CVC and all that kind of stuff, and I have to do like guides, workbooks and templates and stuff like that, okay, that has an extremely high value. Excuse me. So I make the workbook with it. I have one where we even put practice problems inside of it. Then there's like a fill in the blank so you can walk through how to create your budget. And you get all of the videos from that series together. So that's like $197 because that's expensive, right? So does that make sense? And then, of course, whenever I do with Ashley Ann trainings, normally I'll take these and I will turn them into products too. So sometimes I'll create brand new trainings and presentations. And then sometimes, I just may, a few times a year, I'll repeat something that I've already done because I have so many new audience members. I'll just, send them through it, especially if it's like a foundational or fundamental course or something like that. Like this training, I probably will do this again next year because I know this is going to help a lot of people who are just kind of new into, digital products, or maybe even if they're not new, if they've been doing digital products and they haven't been successful with it, this may help a lot of people. So, yeah.
Right.
So, that was a really long answer, but I hope it helped.
No, it really did. Thank you so much. I actually, I'm the one that messaged you about my group, we want to have you come to our retreat group. So I'm still working on that, and I'm just recently discovered you, but you are such a gift, and I'm just so grateful for the rich resources and information that you share with us. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And so, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome. So thank you so much, and have a great evening. Thank you. That helped a lot.
Bye.
Okay.
You guys can go to bit.ly/King Ashley Ann. Click on Six Figure Sunday. You can cop a purchase of the replay. You can get the bundle program, which is the replay plus the 21-day mini course. They're both 50% off for the next 20 hours or so. Or you can join the 60-day program. So you get a replay. You also will get the 21 days. That starts I think on Tuesday or Wednesday is when it starts for you. And then in January, we will take the products that you've created, we'll overview them, we will get them tightened up, we will start the process of selling them, and then we will start the process of building out courses. And hopefully we can get you guys on the path to doing 6 figures with different courses and products that you've created. Hello, hello.
Hi, this is Felicia. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Right here from Little Rock, where you are.
Hey.
Question. Hey. So here's my question. So when you share that link with the people that just paid for your services, right, the Google link, how do you keep them from sharing that link with someone else without them paying for it?
I mean, you can't. It's just like any other digital product. How do you keep somebody from emailing it to a friend? Most people are not going to share it just because they paid for it, and so they're going to feel some type of way. They're like, why would I give something out for free that I paid money for, right? And I'd like to tell you in an ideal world that everything's always amazing and that everyone's going to abide by the rules, but we know that's not true. So you always have some type of sneaky person in there. It is what it is. It just is the same way we have people that purchase products from us sometimes, and then they'll go back to the company and lie and say they didn't get them, and we can see that they've opened it 8 times.
Yeah,
things like.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something obvious, or if I just chalking that up to the game. But okay.
No, it's chopped up to the game because in part of earlier someone had asked me about SamCart. And they were asking me between SamCart and Google Drive, and I was telling them about that expire feature that I hate, or that one-click feature with SamCart. But the thing is, even if someone already downloaded it on their laptop or tablet, they still could disseminate it, to whoever they want to. And that's part of the reason they have that expiration, or you only have 48 hours to get your product. It's supposed to help cut down with it. But I'll be honest, I don't worry too much about it at all. It is what it is. I'm sure there's probably somebody out there that's done it to me today. I don't really care. I care, but at the end of the day, we do really well, and a lot of my clients have respect for themselves and for the work that they're putting in, so they're not willingly just giving out the information.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hello, hello. Go in once. Go in twice. Oh, the background noise. Can you hear me? I've been in the system with your question, doll. Hello, hello. Howdy, howdy.
Hello. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. You're awesome and amazing. With the lead pages, can you deliver your digital products through the lead page if you sign up for the lead pages account?
You absolutely, positively can. There's a couple different ways you can deliver products. You can have it sent via email through lead pages, or they have the digital download option as well. In my experience, I tend to lean towards the email because with digital downloads, what I've always seen is literally just that people, they don't know where it goes when it downloads. And this is not trying to be shady. A lot of people don't know how to work their devices. They don't know how to go and find their recent downloads or wherever documents went. They don't know where they're named. They don't know what folders they're set to go into. And so just for the sake of the end user experience, of making it easier for the customer, I just have tended to move over all my stuff to email. And then we create a thank you page. And on the thank you page, it says, your email is on the way with your links or with your product, so people know to look for it from us. And we give them the email address, and it seems to be a lot better for the customers, for sure.
Okay, and then another quick question. With the program, would that help someone who's like, I do resumes. So can I still sell digital products? Would the program be beneficial to me of trying to come up with like products if I actually do the service of writing resumes? Because I have a service of writing resumes, but I don't have any digital products. So I didn't know if the program would be beneficial of trying to come up with products.
It definitely would be for coming up with products and for selling your service, because even inside of your resume writing service, you could create workshops over writing resumes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I saw someone say, can't you add specific email addresses in Google Drive so only those specific people can gain access to the shared file? Yes, you can do that, but again, once somebody downloads the file on their desktop or their laptop, how can you control who they're sharing it to or not sharing it to? But yes, you're absolutely right. You can add specific. You can say only people with permission can see this, for sure, for sure. Hello, hello. Do I have an affiliate link for lead pages? I do, Nikki, but I don't think I have it linked in my free trial right now. It could be in there. I'm not sure. Don't worry about it. I do have one. I'm just not sure where it's at right now.
She don't care
Hello?
who says to Eric. Eric had to tell her once. He said, Barb, if you need to talk to me, you need to tell me so we can schedule a meeting. He said you can.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Ashley. This is Adon. I have a quick question for you.
Sure.
Which one do you prefer for a membership site? I'm looking at ClickFunnels, but I'm also looking at Kajabi and I believe Podia.
I love Kajabi. Kajabi is my friend. I've been with Kajabi for a long time. I've tried ClickFunnels as well. I've also tried Teachable. I've tried, what was that other that was really popular for a while? It doesn't matter. I've tried like 4 or 5 other membership pages. I like Kajabi just because of the functionality. I like Kajabi because you can host webinars inside of it now. I like Kajabi because it's easy to create your products, your offers, subscription services. I like Kajabi. It's easy to put your courses, your documents inside of it. So I like Kajabi for multiple reasons. And then, you know, it's one of those things, too. It's kind of like the difference between an accountant and a finance major. Even though it's all money and it's all math, it's just how your brain looks at things, you know, I guess as far as perspective. And so it's the difference between which program is the best for you is honestly you just finding what jives with your brain waves. Does that make sense? Because I know people who have, you know, they love Teachable and they hate Kajabi, and tons of us who love Kajabi and we hate Teachable, you know, and tons of people that love ClickFunnels and they hate them both, you know. So the best thing I always tell people to do, utilize the free trial. Don't go ham. I wouldn't upload just a crazy amount of stuff in it, but I normally will put at least one product or one thing in it and see, you know, my goal is normally to see if I can make enough money to cover the cost for whatever, you know, whatever the monthly cost is. And then from that point, you know, I'm just trying it out over the next few days to see how I can jive with it. So a lot of times I may run 2 different products on 2 different platforms just to see which one I like the most.
Okay. And then the other question is, do you provide like clarity calls for people who have been in the industry for a while?
Yes, we do all kinds of things. I have laser sessions and I also have power sessions. I do social media audits too. So I do a lot. And then I have clients that work with me one-on-one through like different elite programs and Jumpstart and stuff like that too.
Okay, and that's on the same link?
bit.ly/King Ashley Ann.
Okay, I'm going to schedule a call with you.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Ashley, this is Najim Lee from Boston. How are you?
Hey, Najim, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so sorry I missed part of your lecture tonight. I was here earlier this afternoon, but I wasn't able to make it for 7. But my question is, I'm a spiritual life coach and a healer, and I've created a bunch of products. What I'm not understanding or what I'm getting is from the moment I make the product and launch it, I'll have like a big wave of people come. But then after that wave comes and they've purchased and everything, they're part of it, then it just goes down into a deep low. And I don't know how to feel like I'm missing the dot somewhere of continuing that flow. It's almost like the product is really good, but then it has this really big boom, and then it just flatlines, and then it's like I feel like I have to make a different product all over again. And so I'm kind of like in a glitch.
Well, you're having a problem with a progressive product, and also building your new relationships. So you have to always put in the new people, right, awareness all the time, and those are the people you're going to be bringing through the entry level or your foundational product. And then they're going to continue to go through your system of other courses and products with you. Then what your current customers have, you want to maintain their relationships, and then you want to practice like follow-up or seeing if we can put people through more systems or more services with you. But it seems like you are doing a good job of maintaining the relationship with your current customers. That's why every time you put out something new, they go and buy it. But we're not doing a good job with getting the new customers in and feeding them over into your older products so they can work through their progressive systems.
Okay.
So you have to do both at the same time. So like you probably literally need to be running awareness campaigns 3 to 4 times a week to get new people in, pushing them into those lead magnets that are going to lead them to the tripwires and the lower cost products, probably like once a month having some type of session or training or special live stream for the newer people and something for your older people, so that way you can continue the cycle of having consistent sales and not going through these high and low lows and only selling whenever you create something new.
Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. And you guys, by the way, can go to bit.ly/King Ashley Ann, bit.ly/King Ashley Ann, bit.ly/King Ashley Ann. Click on Six Figure Sunday. That's where you'll see the option to buy the replay or the bundle deal with the 21-day product creation course. They are both 50% off tonight. Or you have the option to jump into Six Figure Sunday, which is an 8-week program. While you're waiting on the 8-week program to start, you will also get access to the 21-day product creation mini course, and you will also get access to the replay of this training tonight. We have several different payment options, so that way you can get it popping. Thank you for dropping that link for me. I'm happy. I appreciate that so much. Are there any other questions before we dismiss tonight? Any other questions? Go in once. Go in twice. Let's see. You're signing up for VIP Day in LA. Hey, I'm excited. I can't wait. We're going to have a good time. All right. Well, I am going to close out the Q&A session since there are no more questions. Y'all had good questions. By the way, I appreciate you guys so much for making it around to the second trip, because I know things didn't go as planned this morning at 11 a.m. So thank you guys for coming on back to this 7 p.m. session. Did everyone enjoy this training tonight? Did you guys enjoy this training? Question, should I send an email if I've got? No, you should ask your question now. That's how we do the Q&A. Everyone, honestly, do you guys feel less stressed about creating digital products and delivering the systems? Do you feel like this is something that you actually can do now? If you do, give me the number 7. because the whole goal of this training is to put down the foundations but also take the mystery out of it. Yes, look at all those sevens. That's what I want to see. Did anybody find it particularly helpful whenever we put together the 2 examples so you guys could see how you create your folder in Google Drive and upload the product so that you can make it available for your customers? And then also whenever we went into Canva and started the process of taking an old Word document and creating it into a digital product. Which one did y'all find more useful, just out of curiosity? The Google demo, or Canva? Both. Tia, you got to pick one. Rose says Google. Catherine says both. Shanika says both. Look, y'all out here playing with my emotions. Teresa, Google. Keisha, Google. Michelle, Google. Oh, was that Michelle A? Hey, okay. Happy said you love Canva the most. Carol said both. Tia said Google. Carol said Canva. Anonymous said both. Mar said Google. Okay, y'all are split. And then I didn't realize that the screen share wasn't on when I couldn't see comments. Any major takeaway? I'm always interested when I do foundational trainings because I'm always striving to try and make these better and better and better every time we do these types of trainings and workshops. When it comes down to the foundational systems, when it comes down to them, what is it in general that you guys took away? Let's see, takeaway, keep it simple and sweet. That's a good one. You liked how everything was linked up and broken down step by step. Awesome. Lead pages over a website. You better believe it. You said this is the first time you actually feel like it's doable. Oh, thank you. Someone else said no coding. Awesome. I was saying I got the replay but would like the package. Just wonder if I need to email and pay the extra. But thanks for the info. Oh, what you need to do, and it probably cut out during that part when I was answering it, for any of you guys who pre-purchased the replay, but you want to come into the program or you want to grab the bundle, go ahead and purchase them, and then send us an email at supportca@ashleyann's.events.com and with your receipt, and we'll refund the pre-purchase of your replay. So that way you're not paying twice for the same thing. Because with the bundle deal and with the program, you get a copy of the replay today. You get both. The pricing formula explained thoroughly. Good. He said, I made it simple. Good, good, good. This takeaway digital products are doable. I like that. Happy, thank you so much. You in here working it out for me tonight. Row, broken down to where it was digestible. Good. It makes me happy. The subset, getting the motivation to start now, not later. Come on now. I like that. Don't do the most to make products in the pricing example. Oh, good. I'm glad that they helped a lot. God has blessed me. And God bless you too. Y'all are so funny. Can you upload Canva presentation to Google Drive? You absolutely positively can. Once you're inside of Canva, you'll see an option up on the top right side, and it says download, and then you can pick JPEG, PDF, PNG, whatever you want to, but obviously you would choose PDF, and you'll download the presentation, and bada boom, bada bang, you got it just like that, and you can upload it to Google Drive. Gave me on ideas on how I can convert my current courses into specific products. Good, 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 good. Very, very good. It makes me happy. The info about the light for videos and how simple it is. Oh, yeah, videos are super simple. So is it better to sell our ebooks as we complete them or wait and package them as a bundle? Both, Teresa. Sell them as you complete them and then create bundle packages as well if you want to add videos or guides or through 2 or 3 ebooks together, all those sorts of types of things. Because some people are going to just want one. You know, they're not going to be ready to invest like that with you. And then some people, once they know that you're the truth, they're going to be like, yeah, give me that bundle. I know what's up. I don't have to be a muggle to get started. That's a huge plus. Amen to that. Yes, okay. Won't he do it? All right, you guys. That makes me so happy that y'all have the takeaways that you did. It makes me so happy that a lot of you guys learned something, and also that you see that digital products are obtainable and really, really easy to do, especially when it comes to the videos and to the ebooks. I think a lot of people try and make it seem like it's so complicated and it's so much mystery there. You know, you start with where you are, and honestly, y'all, the systems that I gave you tonight, they're going to be very professional. They're not janky. They're not clunky at all. It's systems. They work. They will get the products delivered to the clients. They'll have a happy user experience. And it's like I said, when you're beginning something, you know, we don't have time to be out here going broke, right? Like, we can take smart risk and we can reinvest. And as you start making money, as you're able to grow, then you can graduate to some of these other software systems that a few of the tonight. Do I have a training showing how to set up ads? I do. It is called Facebook and Instagram Ad Starter Kit 2.0. If you go to my courses and classes tab, you'll see it there, and you can grab you a copy. I probably will do an ads workshop in December. My goal is to try and get 2 workshops out during the month of December. I don't know if that's going to happen, though, so that's why I haven't put it out to the public yet. Let's see, save me time to create influencers and followers. Amen to that. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, you guys. Go to bit.ly/King Ashley Ann. Thank you, Happy. Y'all go to bit.ly/King Ashley Ann. Click on 6 Figure Sunday. Let's see how long we have to get the deal if you want to get the 50% off of everything. Where's my page at? It says, and if you guys are wondering, this was built in Lead Pages, so I love Lead Pages. You have 20 hours, 49 minutes, and 56 seconds. So that's about until 6 or 7 o'clock tomorrow, Central Standard Time. I hope you guys really, really enjoyed this training. Thank you so much for coming back. If you're a first-timer, I hope you guys enjoyed this and you felt like it was worth the wait. Y'all make sure y'all tell everybody it was bomb.com. This page looks really nice. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It took a little time to put together, but not too much. Like, I'm telling y'all, landing pages are the truth. They're the truth. What would be the best way for a musician to approach this? Same thing. Your music is a digital product. Sing. And sing seasonal. Sing covers. Sing, like, do what everybody else do. Sing your original music. Make a Christmas CD. Put it on iTunes. Let people buy singles or the whole album. You know, just like that. Deliver that sound right on through a drive. Okay? Or a SoundCloud. Same dang thing. Is that LU for Love Me? Love you too. You said it was definitely worth the wait. Thank you so much. This is excellent. It really answered my questions about how to deliver digital products. That is fantastic. Thank you for that. Should I focus more on landing page versus my website? Author and a consultant, Catherine, you know I'm going to tell you yes. I love a landing page because you can have an about. You can make a landing page look like a website. You can have a long-form landing page, and people can get there, and it could be a picture of you with an about you at the top, or a picture of you and your products could be here automatically where they could see. They could scroll down and have another section, how to work, or a slider. Like, we get fancy with the landing pages now, girl. You can do a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, your landing pages are about getting people to specific products, right? So, for instance, tonight, I just want to talk about the products that are associated with 6 Figure Sunday. So anything under the foundational portion of creating products and services and programs. That's all we want to talk about tonight. So that's why I'm only going to take people to this page, right? Does that make sense? I don't want you to have to go to my website and search through the menu and find which one of these is the right option or the wrong option. I don't want you to do all that. I just want you to come over here and get to it and make your selection, you know, and have a good night. So that's what you have to keep in mind whenever you're building these types of pages out. And landing pages are about getting people to the specific information that they want and that they're looking for. That's the whole entire goal with landing pages. Whole goal. All right, everybody. I want you guys to have a fantabulous